Game 2 of that series Sunday at 7. You can catch that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 6 o'clock with the pregame show. San Antonio Brahmas will face an opponent, a familiar opponent in the XFL Conference Championship on Sunday. They'll kick off in St. Louis at 6 o'clock.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nothing like coming into work on a Friday, knowing you were right about game 1, knowing you were right about Joe's plumbing skills. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, that didn't take long.
The non-handyman Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. It's Friday.
And dude, I'm not worried about game 1.
Oh, okay.
Same thing happened against Oklahoma City. All right,
6.5, easy money. Taking candy from a baby.
They will come back, and it's no problem. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, have the Celtics missed a shot yet? For goodness sake.
Yeah, that Porzingis guy's going to not be rusty.
No, he's not rusty.
Not at all.
But we'll see, right? He came out. He was pissed off at Dallas. Took his frustrations out on him. And
what was Kyrie's excuse?
Kyrie, I don't know. Kyrie was a no-show last night. But Jason Tatum really didn't do much either.
He didn't have to.
Well,
he did enough. He was fine.
Oh, no, he didn't have to.
He was fine. I thought Jason Tatum played really well last night early, and Dallas made a run. Tatum played well, and then late he didn't have to. The assists, everything else that Jason Tatum was doing, I thought Jason Tatum played a pretty solid game 1.
Well, let's just go ahead and crown Boston.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, that's
they're
what we
lucky
do
as hell, aren't they?
Lucky as hell. They get shots all over the place.
Yeah, baby.
Unbelievably lucky.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's game 1. Yeah. Dallas just has to split. That's all they have to do.
That's all they have to do.
No problem.
And they might. I still want this to be a long series. Last night was not a good game by any stretch. Although I am more interested in Handyman Joe, because I had a couple people that have reached out to know if I won yet another beer bet. You were asked about this at a convenience store.
I was
early this morning. It's pretty incredible, man. Everybody is waiting to know. 10 minutes or less, easy peasy to change out a faucet.
Well, it was 10 minutes or less at the end. Yeah, you add the 3 hours prior to that, and then so that'll tell you how that went. It's funny because I fessed up, but it was like I underestimated the amount of room that I would have to work with.
Oh, is that what it was?
Have you ever done a thing like that with a sink? It was like working in a frozen dinner, like with just all cramped up and foil on top of you, and you're squeezing up and trying to get the crevices and stuff. And
why does your hand motions there? And for those watching on YouTube, it looks like you're cruising through a birth canal all of a sudden, trying to get to the outside world.
It's exactly what I was doing.
Really?
Yes. So I had to crawl into this cabinet. You take all the stuff out of there and crawl in there. And if you've ever tried to do that, and it would be different if there wasn't a board dividing the cabinet, right? If it was just open, then I'd have had a little bit more room.
Yep,
dude, I got bruises all over my back. Bruises.
It kicked your butt.
It did.
Wow.
But guess what?
What?
The faucet is in, and it works great.
Guess what? I'm proud of you. First off, in all sincerity, no BS aside, I'm proud of you. I know your limitations, like I know my limitations. And I also know that when you start something like that, I'll be damned, I'm going to finish this regardless, right?
I did it.
Now can we go a little Paul Harvey and get the rest of the story?
You can. When I'm taking off the old faucet, I'm looking at it, and there's hoses out running everywhere, and there's this one black rubber hose that's going into this little adapter thing.
Yep.
And so I'm thinking, well, I don't need that. So I unplugged that thing, and fine, everything's going. I take the old faucet out, put the new one in, hook that all up. Water runs great. Turn on the garbage disposal, and nothing. So the garbage disposal is not working. And I think it was because of that rubber hose and that little adapter thing. So if anybody is out there that knows how to fix that, please let me know.
So here's the thing. Probably cost you $100 to have a handyman that could have come and changed this faucet up for you.
Probably.
But you decided, you know what? I can do this. I'm manly. It will take me 10 minutes, 4 hours, and a lot of curse words later. You finally got the faucet on, and it's beautiful. It runs well. I've seen the photos, and I appreciate your honesty about it. Not that I figured you would lie, but because it's there. So now it's going to cost you about $300 to fix the garbage disposal that was working fine before you started the project.
Well, the garbage disposal is still working fine. It's just not hooked up right. So it's got to get hooked up. I guess I need a little adapter in there somewhere. I don't know, dude.
Those adapters are like $1,000.
I'm not a plumber.
Yeah.
But I need that. So I was proud of myself. See, any amount of money, Minix, you can pay somebody to do something for you.
Yeah.
And then you sit back and, okay, you don't feel good about yourself. I feel great about myself.
Do you?
Yes.
About the sink, about the faucet.
The faucet is fantastic.
But the disposal, you don't need that. You scrape it into the trash can. You can live without a disposal.
Well, for a couple of days. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Because I don't see me fixing that thing anytime soon. And I'm not calling somebody to come do it on the weekend, so I'm going to wait till...
You don't want the weekend charge?
I don't want the weekend charge.
The emergency disposal repair guy?
I don't think it's necessary.
You don't think it's necessary? You got family coming into town this weekend.
Doesn't matter. They can scrape their stuff off in the garbage can.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I tell you that. And you know what? Here's the deal. You do stuff and you not only feel good about yourself, Minix, but the wife looks at you like, damn, I had no clue you could do that.
Yeah.
Although she did. You want to be transparent? Dude, you talk about feeling like a donkey head. So I'm trying to take the one thing off. I got the crescent wrench out and the little, I'm like, damn, this thing will not unhook.
Yeah.
I'm tightening it.
Yeah.
So Maggie walks in and she looks down and she's, I think you're going the wrong way. And of course I give her the look.
Yeah,
like,
you cuss her. No, I'm not. Damn it. I know what way I'm. Oh, damn, you were right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was okay with it because I'm spraying this thing with WD-40 and like, this nut is frozen or something.
Why? Oh, why did you not do this on Facebook Live?
Well, I should have. It would have been a comedy show. But does it last 4 hours?
Well, I mean, some things do.
And then I'm popping up like a groundhog watching the game. Right. So I pop up everything. So I got it on and I turn the volume up loud.
Yeah.
So I can hear the game at least.
Yep.
So every now and then I'd hear a bucket and I'd pop up and watch. And when the Mavericks went on their run, I'm watching that thing for a little while. And so it was quite the night at the Reinagel household.
Man, I'm proud of you.
Well, I'm proud of me too. Honestly.
You should be. Everybody tweet Joe.
The faucet works great.
At Joe Reinagel 210. How proud you are. Find the little blue ribbons. Whatever accolade emojis you can.
I want a trophy.
Joe deserves an attaboy.
I do.
I mean, if anything, just being honest about it.
Well, dude, I don't care. I'm not trying to, impress anybody necessarily. But when I started this project thinking that it would be, and then I crawl under that sink and I'm going, oh, damn. I mean, that was a game changer. I mean, it would take like a small child to get their hands up and up where I had to go.
Yeah, the handyman guy that I use that I've turned on to you, it'd have taken him 20 minutes.
Probably.
Or 10. But that's what he does. And that's the thing. A lot of people might be laughing at us right now.
And that's fine.
And that's fine. When you do a job like this, you realize you put yourself out there on a variety of topics. And I know for everybody laughing out there that could have easily done this, there's 25 people going, yeah, I wouldn't have tried that.
Right.
Thank God it's not just me. So I get it. That's why we put ourselves out there on a lot of I mean, we are who we are. I found out a little while ago, you know what I'm going to do probably tonight, maybe this weekend, but I think I might want to do this tonight. I've got to go home and cut the yard. Our yard guy, great listener of the show. He's in the hospital. Sends me a note. Sorry I didn't make it by your house this morning. I'm in the hospital. Might have to have some emergency surgery. He's got some stuff going on. It's like,
not good.
Yeah, don't worry about the yard, man. Don't. You know, and I'm kind of actually excited. I haven't cut the grass in years. Since COVID. You know, I bought a whole new lawnmower during COVID.
Does it work?
We'll find out tonight.
Isn't that like a car? If you got to go out and start it up every now and then?
We'll find out tonight.
You better stop on the way home, get some gas for that.
No, it's battery.
Oh, it's a battery.
It's a battery.
Oh, the battery's charged?
They are.
Wow.
They are, because the same batteries work with like the blower. And I use the blower all the time, like on the back porch and the front porch. So I know the batteries are fine. And it's not but it's so damn hot. You know,
Dude,
it's a pretty convenient time for you to have an issue that requires you to go into an air-conditioned hospital. Oh, man, it's hot outside. I ain't doing yard today. I'll just call all the people until I'm in the hospital.
Dude, I might have to take a little drive this evening.
Come on over.
I'm not doing anything.
No.
But I'll damn sure watch.
Sit there and drink beer.
And watch you sweat.
Although take less than 45 minutes to do my yard. Probably take less than 30, because I'm not going to edge and weed eat. I'm just going to mow, because it does need it does need a haircut. Look at that Blitz doing manly stuff this week.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Tariq says he can do my yard.
There you go. See, that's cool. And then I love, who was it up here? Yeah, Brian. This righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It's exactly what my wife said.
Yeah.
I thought I was going, I don't know why, but I thought, okay, this is it.
So
I got it. Because it's there's a hot and a cold, right? So the hot one came off right away. No problem. And so I'm thinking, well, I don't know what the hell I was thinking, to be honest with you. I won't even try to tell you what.
So
I'm tightening this
simple
damn
thing I learned in Little League football. Hold your hand up like this. And the L, your left hand
loser.
Yeah, that left.
Damn.
I remember Coach would call play, and you'd all look down, so you knew you went to the right side or left side based on look down. The L, that's your left. Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
I thought it was because
clearly
I'm going this way, right? That's left.
Well, at what point did you go, well, it's not getting any loose, let me just try the other way just to see? I mean, at what point did common sense start to kick in?
I needed my wife to just peek in and say,
that's what you need. That's what we all need, is our wife to peek in and be right in a moment like that.
You know, and after I gave her the dirty look,
yes,
I had to say, you know what? I'm so happy, because I would have been here all night. I must have used half a can of WD-40 on that thing. Holy cow.
See, maybe I shouldn't do my yard tonight. Neighbor Hal just says, don't mow you're killing me. Yeah.
Well, maybe Hal will do it for you.
Please. Hal's got a guy too. See, and that's part of the problem. The neighbor on the one side, they just had their yard done. Hal's yard looks nice, so his guy must have came this week.
Does somebody call the HOA on you? Say,
no,
hey,
not
houses.
yet. But we've had good turnover in our HOA. We've got the right people on the board now, so I don't think we have to worry about certain things.
Oh, okay. Well, you grease them or what? I mean,
I'm not saying no. I just that there were some that rallied together. Now, what's her name is still on the board, but now she's outnumbered.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because HOAs, I'm not a fan.
No, I'm not either. Well, I haven't gotten a letter, but I don't want a letter.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
And they'd probably be looking, at least she would. I'm writing Minix a strongly worded letter. His yard looks like
it needs to be
poop.
mowed. It doesn't look bad. It just needs to be mowed.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Well, get out there and do it.
I am.
Take pride in yourself. You'll feel so good. That beer will taste so good when you're done.
You know, that beer tastes the same either way.
No, there's something about mowing a yard.
Mowing a yard, cracking a beer.
Cracking a beer. It's
absolutely
something about it.
I'm looking forward. There's nothing on TV tonight, although there is. Although it's Hulu, so I can watch it whenever. So after the game last night, and if anybody has watched any of this, let me know if I should, because I just went to go find it just so it's on the radar when you turn it on. I didn't watch the entire first episode of Clipped, but I want to see it. It's the
Clipper thing.
The Clipper thing with Donald Sterling and all that stuff. And just the first couple minutes of it looked pretty like this could be interesting. But I do want to watch that at some point over the next couple of days while we're between games, waiting for hockey to start, waiting for basketball to resume. But instead, I'm going to go mow the lawn.
Nice. Good for you. You're going to feel
John
great about
Sobery
yourself.
says, pay a neighbor kid. You know what? If I had a neighbor kid that knocked on my door and said, can I cut your grass? Whether I needed it or not, I would do that.
You would?
I would.
Well,
I've always
ask what
done
he
that.
Charges first?
No.
Hey, kids. Go knock on Uncle Jason's door.
I started mowing lawns, knocking on doors when I was like 10. And I used to have a bunch of yards when I was in junior high and in high school. And even though I've always had a yard guy, anytime a neighbor kid has knocked on the door, whether it needed or not, I've always said, yeah, go mow the lawn.
Nice.
And you know, the problem is they do it once, they don't come back because they realize this sucks, you know.
First beer I ever had was after mowing a yard. Guy came out with a 6-pack of Schlitz. Best beer I ever had. 13 years old.
AD says he's seen the first 2 episodes of Clip.
There you go.
Great show. The beginning of it looks good.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice to start after the NBA Finals last night. Really could have started it at halftime after that thrilling halftime show that ABC or ESPN offered us up. It was almost as good as the game. I kid. Let's talk about details of game 1. A Boston blowout, 107-89, and it didn't even feel that close. We'll get into it. Coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of JBC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Look at you. You're a man. You work hard, you sweat hard, and then you smell hard. Just as God intended. Introducing a better way to fight your manly body odor with Mendo Whole Body Deodorant. Mendo takes a different approach to body odor. Instead of waiting for it to happen and covering it up, Mendo's acidified technology blocks body odor before it starts anywhere on your body. That's right, anywhere. Pits, privates, and feet. Mendo is clinically proven to block body odor all day and continue to control BO for 72 hours. Our cologne quality scents will enhance your manliness without being overpowering. Plus, it comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee, so there are no risks. Not that you have any problem taking risks. Hasta la vista, stench. Try Mendo Whole Body Deodorant today. Go to shopmando.com and use code 1010 for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That comes with a solid stick, cream tube, 2 free products of your choice, and ships free with code 1010. Shopmando.com, code 1010 for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That's shopmando.com, code 1010.
George gets justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most if you've been injured. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George gets justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909. or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Pork rinds pack a protein punch and are the boldest low-carb snacks out there. Skip the chip and try Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds for that ultimate crunch. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, the time to stock up on Southern Recipe at H-E-B is now. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Caught by Derek Jones Jr., but couldn't finish in traffic. Out to Hardaway. Jump pass down low. Block shot. Jones rejected by Jaylen Brown. 13-point lead. Brown drives through the lane to Holiday on the left. Up top, Tatum. Good look at a three. And he connects. Tatum with the triple. The lead's back to 16. And Jason Kidd calls for time. Well, they're going to inbound into the backcourt, and they'll dribble it out. The horn sounds. Celtics race to a 29-point lead. Saw it trimmed to 8, but the Celtics recovered behind defense and behind the return of Kristaps Porzingis. And Boston takes the opener of the NBA Finals, 107-89.
Good buddy Mark Kester with the call on ESPN Radio that you could also hear here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. A little assist from the Dropkick Murphys for those overrated Boston Celtics.
Overrated.
107-89, a Boston blowout in game one.
I will tell you, I was impressed with the way they came out in that game. They were shooting well, but it wasn't just that. The defense that they were playing is and credit Porzingis. This dude was a beast on both ends of the floor, and he just had like something to prove last night. But and maybe he's going to be the X factor in the entire series. But without him last night, the Celtics never get that big lead in the first quarter.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd go that far. I mean, it was nice back and forth. Quite honestly, I mean, Tatum looked fine. He didn't look like it was too big for the moment. And the fact they had him mic'd up pregame, he's talking with Derek White, talking about let's just go have some fun. The Celtics as a whole, they look like a relaxed group ready to go play. Dallas played tight. First time on that stage.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say that's completely unexpected. I mean, it is the NBA Finals, although I did miss having the big trophy in the middle of the court, right? You know, there's certain things about the NBA Finals that make it feel different and special. I
didn't notice that until you said it, but yeah, I kind of like to see that.
I mean, you remember that, like, you know, 10 years ago when we last had the finals in San Antonio, which doesn't feel like it's been 10 years.
Feels longer.
The difference in the court and all that, I don't know. I miss that, but
Kyrie just got blasted by the fans every time he touched the ball.
He did. I mean, Luke obviously shot the ball well, scored a lot of points. Didn't have a lot of assists, which is unusual for him, but you can only get assists if your teammates are making shots. You know, there was some of that, and quite frankly, I think Jason Kidd put it best. Boston just outplayed them.
They did.
This is the best team in the NBA, and they're good for a reason. They play their style of basketball at a high rate. They generated 27 threes there in the first half, and maybe I think 11 of them. And so we have to be better. We can't give them 7 made threes in the first quarter. That would have outscored us with, you know, only scoring 20. And, you know, so we have to be better. I'll give them credit. They were good tonight. But again, we got to be better. Nerves or not being in this situation, we can't use that as an excuse. It's just basketball. And we got to be better at the game of basketball on Sunday.
You know, I mean, look, he's right. Boston was hot. They came out aggressive. They took the game right to the Mavericks, and it paid off. I'll give them all the credit in the world. They played really well last night on both ends of the floor. It's going to be interesting to see if the Mavericks can make the necessary adjustments. Look, if Boston's going to shoot that way the entire series, Dallas doesn't have a chance. They don't have a chance.
I mean, 16 of 42 from 3. I don't know if that's sustainable, but the Mavericks have to be better than 7 of 27. As great as Boston played last night, if you're a Maverick fan looking for hope, if Claymore showed up in the YouTube chat, funny, that guy's going to be quiet today, isn't he? Right?
He'll show up.
I mean, the Mavericks didn't. But Boston only scored 107 points last night.
Yes.
So if you're a Maverick fan, it felt like Boston won that game by 50, but they still only scored 107. You know, if they can keep Boston in that range and Dallas shoots the way they typically do, you know, Kyrie can't be 0 of 5 from 3 or 6 of 19 from the field. He's got to do more than just 12 points. PJ Washington was 5 of 11. That's pretty typical. You would take that. Derek Jones, 2 of 9. Other than Hardy, they didn't really get anything off the bench. So, I mean, you just look at Dallas just, for whatever reason, once it got rolling, but they made that big run in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And we all know our group chat last night, it's a game of runs, just wait. It's a game of runs, just wait. Boston never looked like they panicked.
Not at all.
When Dallas was making their run, even when they got it to within single digits. And then Boston, they had their run. And at that point, there was no hope yet for the Mavericks. And that's what Jason Tatum said. They just had to weather that third quarter storm.
I think our offense got a little stagnant. And it had a lot to do with our spacing. They kind of put us in some bad ways on offense, which kind of threw off our spacing and slowed us down. And, that's part of it. They're going to make shots. That's a really good team over there. And we just did a great job of responding in real time. After Joe called that timeout, they cut it to 8. We came to the bench and talked about it, executed, made plays, and took the lead back up.
Here's why I think it's still going to be a series. That first quarter was a disaster for Dallas. After that, you got a game. I mean, every quarter after that is close. It's tight. And so, look, Boston's not going to shoot that well. Dallas has got to figure out a way to keep up with them. They've got to score more than 20 points in that quarter. But that's what gives me why I'm still optimistic that Dallas can come through and win this series, or certainly make a series out of it, because they did settle down. And it was the second, third, and fourth quarters were tight.
They were. I mean, in fact, Dallas by quarter won the third and fourth quarters after getting outscored 37-20, but 24 points was their quarter high, and that came in the third quarter. And really, when you look, especially kind of just going through the box score and the play-by-play in that first quarter, it was even up until Dallas was up 15-14, and then is that when Porzingis came off the bench?
That's when he came in, yes.
And then all of a sudden it's 28-18, then it's 34-20, then 37-20, it goes up 17. I mean, that run once Porzingis came in, and you're right. I mean, but early on, starters, the decision to bring Porzingis off the bench and not put him right in the starting lineup, that was a decision that worked. If you're the Celtics, do you do that again in game 2, or do you put Porzingis in the starting lineup?
I can't imagine him coming off the bench. I mean, the way he played, and I think he's got a chip on his shoulder because he hates Dallas.
Well, there's that.
Right. So I think I would be shocked if he comes off the bench again.
See, I would almost, dude, it's worked. We've made it to the NBA Finals without you, and now I can bring you off the bench. Horford has played well as a starter.
Yeah.
And let's draw on Spurs experiences. It doesn't matter who starts, it matters who finishes. But having Manu come off the bench with that energy, seeing the energy that came off the bench with Porzingis, if I'm the Celtics, I don't mess with that. I keep going with that because you made it through the first couple rounds without him. Now you've just got that energy in with your second unit. I like that. I don't know that I change it.
Well, you're assuming he's going to be the same guy that came off the bench last night, and I'm not sure that he will be.
You're right.
I just don't think he's going to.
So that's it. I'm assuming he is. You're assuming he's not.
Well, I just don't see how he can be. I mean, the guy scores 18 points. Right in the first half, and he was just on fire. I mean, the guy was simply on fire on both ends of the floor, and I'm not taking anything away from him. I just don't see how he can keep up that pace and be that same guy in game 2. And I think the Mavericks will have something for him. But I think otherwise, look, Dallas holding Boston to 107 points. I think they played pretty well defensively, considering that Boston scores 37 points in the first quarter.
We don't get game 2 until Sunday. As Lucas said, plenty of time to watch film and make adjustments.
I mean, obviously, I think they're the best three-point shooting team in the NBA. So sometimes really hard to take those away, especially when they have 5 guys out. They can all shoot. So obviously, we got to make more. We didn't make enough shots today to beat them. But we got to be better on both ends.
Well, and Luka's got to have some help. I mean, the guy, as good as he is, he can't beat Boston or anybody else by himself. Kyrie Irving's got to step up and play the way he played in the Western Conference Finals. And it's going to have to be that way, and they're going to have to get some play from their other guys. I don't know how many layups in that second half especially that Dallas missed. They were getting the ball to the rack. They were getting good shots, and they just weren't hitting them. So it's one game. It was a great game for Boston, a great start to the finals. But if you're thinking this series is over, then I got some land in
it's one
Timbuktu.
Game. It's one game. I think we all are expecting and wanting a long series. And Dallas is better than what they showed last night. Dallas is better, although that third quarter run made that game respectable, even though Boston ended up winning in a blowout. I mean, it kind of felt like if Boston didn't let up, and you could argue, did they let up? Did they take the foot off the gas? I mean, hit cruise control a little early. There was a point in there during that ridiculously commercial-filled, boring-ass halftime show that you thought Boston might win this thing by 50. Not that the analyst at halftime would have gotten to that because they didn't have time. And ESPN and ABC getting hammered for that ridiculous halftime show. What's the point? I mean, we're all in the media business, and I get it. And I know awfulannouncing.com, they have this article where they've got the timing of every segment they did. I hope Josh Hart wasn't paid by the word. It was bad. Why be there? And that just makes you miss the TNT crew even more watching what Disney rolled out there.
Well, I mean, look, and ESPN's always been bad.
Yes.
ABC's always been bad. They're not even a blip on the screen when you compare them to TNT. But I take a little bit of umbrage. There's no way Boston wins that thing by 50. There was no way. Dallas made a respectable comeback. They were too far in a hole, and you use up a lot of energy doing that. But Dallas is okay. They're okay. Boston is not that much better than Dallas. They were last night. They were last night. No, they played well. I give them all the credit in the world. They played really well last night. But Dallas is not out of this series, and Boston is not that much better than the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
Because, see, here's what's going to happen, Jason. I predict it now. Sunday night, when Dallas comes back and they even up the series at 1, then everybody, Dallas is the greatest.
Yep.
And that's what happens.
Yeah.
After every game, that team is the greatest.
It's a roller coaster.
Whoever wins is the greatest team ever. And that's the way it works.
Let's talk about our team in San Antonio.
Yeah, okay.
There's lots of rumors involving the Spurs. I mean, you want Darius Garland, anybody? Pledge? He's about to have a pledge, guys. And when you say Lauri Markkanen, all possibilities, lots of stuff, lots of rumors involving the San Antonio Spurs. Let's spin that rumor mill coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, did the Mavericks bounce back after Game 1's whooping?
And what was your weekend win? Did something good happen? We'll start the party at 6, get here early.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. Save $40 on select 5-gallon HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams paint, like Weather Shield, Showcase, or Ceiling Paint. Plus, save $10 on drywall PVA primer and get free same-day delivery to the job site when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Offers valid through 6/14. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-205-5350. So if you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-205-5350 to speak with a live person now.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Thinking of popping the question? Diamonds Direct has an offer you can't miss. This month only, buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. No one provides education, selection, and value like Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet from your friends at Diamonds Direct won't last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-5407. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-5407. That's 800-575-5407. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
This is Joe Reinagel from the Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That you are listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You might be watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You can watch us there. It's always interesting when people tweet us photos of us on like big screen televisions or in an office cubicle pit. It's interesting the way people consume the show, whatever app you might be listening to us on. Either way, glad you found us on a Friday afternoon.
However you're doing it and driving around. It's hot, but it's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Gorgeous day.
Yeah. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagle 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. If you're a Florida State fan, they've got a 3-touchdown lead on UConn in baseball. They're now up 24-3.
They don't play baseball at UConn. Obviously.
At what point do you just say the hell with this? Well, I mean, they've made it to the super regionals, but clearly they're distracted by this Dan Hurley news that their basketball coach might be off to the NBA.
I'm sure they're very on the edge of their chair.
Yeah.
Waiting for that.
Well, aren't we all?
No. Are we? I don't give a damn what the Lakers do.
I do.
Why?
If they get a good coach, they might be really good again.
I
mean, and look, all right, let's take this approach. We'll call it the Reinagle approach. Would you love for Dan Hurley to go through this process and say no? So that way we when they introduce JJ Redick, the first question is, you weren't the first choice.
Uh-huh.
Does that make you feel bad?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't give a damn because I'd be still making a ton of money.
Well, I mean, they're all rich to begin with. But in reality, with this very public stealing headlines on game one of the NBA Finals kind of cowboy move, the Lakers can't let Dan Hurley, who's in Los Angeles today having a meeting, leave without a job, right?
Dude, if he's in Los Angeles today, he's there to sign the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Hurley's going to be the next coach of the Lakers. The question then becomes what happens after that.
Yep.
What happens to LeBron? What happens to AD? How do they move forward? That's going to be the interesting part of this whole thing. I don't think Hurley would be here if he wasn't ready to sign on the dotted line.
You get on the plane. Generally, if they come to you, you could tell them no. Let me think about it. Although, a weekend in LA getting wined and dined.
Sure.
Like Hurley is a professional recruiter. Is he judging the Lakers on how they recruit him?
He might be.
I mean,
he might be.
The swankiest of restaurants and, the wife shopping on Rodeo Drive, staying at the Beverly Hills, Hilton, wherever he might be. I mean, who knows, right?
Well, whatever the fanciest place is, he's staying there. And sure, they'll wine and dine him. But I just have a feeling that if he's there, he's going to sign on the dotted line. I wouldn't be surprised if later tonight, or even tomorrow, we find out that he's the next head coach.
Well, and again, they probably will wait till after the finals to have a press conference, but we are going to know. Yeah, does he stay at a hotel or does he stay in somebody's mansion?
I hope. I wouldn't want to do that.
You don't want to stay at Jeannie's house?
No, you put me up in a schwanky hotel so I can do what the hell I want to do. I don't want to have to, dinner's at 7, ding, ding, ding. I want to be able to go out on the town and have some fun.
You think they're letting them do that? No, they're you're having dinner here. You're having, dinner with LeBron here.
Sure,
you're having
fine.
breakfast with AD. You got your mid-morning snack with Bronny. I mean, there's all kinds of things on the agenda right now. He doesn't get to go do his own thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to stay with anybody. I'm not a stay with somebody kind of guy. I want to stay in a hotel. I want to be able to do what I want to do. And as long as you're paying the tab, make sure it's a damn good one with room service and all that
You
stuff.
just got to be careful with the incidentals if their credit card is on file.
Why? It's the Lakers.
Because they're going to know what you watched. They're going to know what you ordered.
Not worried about that.
I know, but, some people are.
Some people have a pretty good rub. I don't think that I don't see Hurley as a porn guy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Wow.
Well, I like porn. I mean, I just don't see him dialing up. I don't know. Let's see. The Dallas Twins do LA. I mean, I don't see that happening.
I don't recall that one.
Well, I don't either.
I know it's just funny. And I say it that way. There used to be a deal that we would go on that was completely paid for, although incidentals were taken away from that because it was abused by some people.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know if it was movies or room service.
That wasn't the only thing that was being abused. I'll tell you that.
We're not talking about Xavier Howard. Come on.
Okay.
We'll get into that coming up in a bit. I don't know. Hurley is in Los Angeles meeting today. I expect you're right. He gets on a plane and goes out there. It's all but a done deal.
I think it is.
Although, man, if they screw this up, how glorious would that be?
It'd be great.
As a Spurs fan, I think it would be glorious.
I think it would be great if they do. I don't think they will. And it'll be interesting to see what Hurley does because, quite frankly, college guys sometimes don't do very well in the NBA.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see. Now, everything we know about Dan Hurley, he's an NBA guy, hard-nosed kind of guy. So I think he'll do fine. It just depends on what King James decides he wants.
Maybe this has nothing to do with him, although I have a hard time believing that. But, USA Today has a big article about things that LeBron through the years have said about UConn and Dan Hurley, and it's all positive. So,
yeah, but that's when he's coaching somewhere else. He walks into the LA and tries to tell LeBron what to do. That might change completely.
True.
LeBron has gotten more coaches fired than anybody else.
This is true. Although, by all accounts, he took good coaching in Miami from Eric Spoelstra, and you have Pat Riley there.
Sure.
So it's possible.
Well, we'll see.
Eloy Tiarina says if they fumble this, Spurs need to go after Hurley in 2 years. Sure. Because nobody else is going to make a run at Dan Hurley.
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
Nobody. I mean, you might as well just, get Jay Wright.
I'm just saying, hey.
It's a long list of potentials for these San Antonio Spurs.
As long as Greg Popovich wants to be there.
And as long as Pop is there, and he's here now, I hear rumors involving the Spurs, and, historically, I just laugh at them. And you and I both in media in the mid-90s when he fired Bob Hill and came out. So, I mean, you and I have been covering the Spurs the entirety that Greg Popovich has been the head coach. So
yes.
I think you and I are probably on the same page, although we really haven't had this discussion. I see rumors involving the Spurs, and I just kind of laugh at them. I have a hard time believing most rumors because they don't come from San Antonio. Yet this offseason, which is different than any offseason I can remember, it's one thing having last year's number one pick. Everybody knew it was going to be Wemby. Picking 4 and 8 with the money they have, the trade capital they have, there is so much on the table. And there are so many rumors now involving the San Antonio Spurs. Although none of these rumors are starting with Spurs sources say.
No, and typically if you get like Sam Amick, for example, big NBA writer, known the guy for a long time, he'll get that info from the guy that's being rumored.
Yeah.
Like, Darius Garland. That's where he's getting his info from. I'll guarantee you, or his representatives or somebody that knows. He's not getting it from the Spurs. But you ask a guy like Garland or somebody who represents, the Spurs say they're interested.
All right, so there's a couple people. Sam Amico says Spurs very interested in acquiring Darius Garland from the Caps. Okay, I'd be down with that. There's also a report that I know, what's the word? Pledgegasm. James Pledger has been in love with Lauri Markkanen for years and years and years.
Like dudes from Finland, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's something about that Finnish guy that Pledge really does love.
He likes him.
And he's loved him for years. He was campaigning for this guy, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Pre-COVID with the Bulls.
Yeah. I mean, this guy, Pledge in the 7th grade on pay-per-view was watching this guy when he was in the 7th grade, not Pledge, because the pay-per-view wasn't a thing when Pledge was in the 7th grade. You know what I mean? Pledge loves this guy almost as much as you love a Jake Ferguson. Actually, maybe more. Spurs are favorites to land Lauri Markkanen if Utah decides to trade him, per Bovada official.
Well, the odds-on favorite if you're betting.
I mean, that's why Pledge had to wear basketball shorts to work today.
Is that it?
He can't wear jeans on a day like today, knowing that we were going to talk about Lauri Markkanen because he gets too excited.
And I love that. If you could add a Markkanen and a Garland, dude, I'm happy. And then you've still got draft picks next year and more money to spend next year, where you can continue to add that to it. Look, if anybody's thinking the Spurs are going to draft 4 guys next year, you need to have your head examined. It's not happening. All right. So we can have all these draft picks from wherever. And if you think they're going to draft 4 guys, I don't care how good the draft is supposedly next year, it's not happening. They're not going to do it. They're going to spend some of this draft capital. So be ready for
it. If I know what Pledger's answer might be. If you can only do one deal, it's either Garland or it's Markkanen. Which one would you want?
Well, there's a need for both.
I know, but
okay.
But, I mean, you and granted, they probably have enough draft capital to pull off both. But realistically, do I think the Spurs will pull off 2 major trades? I don't know, especially knowing by all accounts how much they value next year's picks more than they do this year's picks. If you could only pull off one of those 2 trades, would you pull off a trade with Cleveland for Garland or Utah for Markkanen? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Pledge, just by your facial reactions, I don't know if I should interrupt your moment and ask you what would you do or not, because that's kind of creepy.
It's just such a difficult to say. I love both of them. I've campaigned for both of them.
Is it, I'll do both, whichever gives me the better deal? Is it almost like car shopping? You're looking at the same car. You're at this dealership and that dealership trying to figure out who's going to give you the floor mats or not, who's going to give you the better trade-in. I mean, because they both fill a need and both seemingly would be great fits in San Antonio. But do you really think the Spurs would pull off 2 blockbuster trades in one offseason?
Well, I'm not sure they're blockbuster. And Utah,
anything the Spurs do is blockbuster.
Well, okay. I think Markkanen would be harder to get because the Jazz obviously can match anything that somebody may offer. So to me, it is a tough choice. I'd like to have both, but it would be Garland. I think he fits a bigger need right now than a Markkanen does. Because what are you going to do with Zach Collins? Is he part of the trade? So I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts there, but for me, it would be Garland.
Well, and again, I look at, I need a point guard on this team. So Darius Garland to me becomes a priority, right? I need a fully functioning point guard. So I don't want a guy in the draft that's going to have to get used to the NBA and heal up a knee as my point guard. So for me, Darius Garland becomes option 1. Let me see what I can get for Darius Garland. And if the price is right, that's what I'm going to do first. As much as I think Lauri Markkanen would help and fit, he becomes secondary. For me, you've got to get a point guard. Now, what we don't know, and again, these are 2 guys, national news outlets reporting interest with the Spurs. And I don't know if it's real interest or just spaghetti on the wall because it's that time of year. What other options are the Spurs looking at when it comes to point guard? So if a Lauri Markkanen deal were to get done, say, between now and the NBA draft, which is 19 days away, then I'm starting to look at, what are they doing at point guard? I really don't want a rookie point guard next year. You can draft one to develop, to play behind, say, a Darius Garland. And even though I like what Trey Jones offers as a backup point guard, not a starting point guard, what would their plan B be? But I look at Darius Garland as 24 years old. He's a young point guard. I think he and Wemby would be a great fit. That would be my priority.
No debate here. I just think depending on what it would take to get either one of those guys, I think the Spurs, if they keep number 4, they're going to draft a point guard. They're going to draft a point guard. And you still got Trey Jones to play your starter if need be, if you went the Markkanen route instead of the Garland route. So there are ways to fit that in if you can only have one, and we're looking at it that way. But what I like, Jason, is the fact that there's some smoke talking about the Spurs not just sitting back on their hands and not doing anything. Now, it could come back to the point where maybe that's what they do. But I love this because typically where there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm happy that we're at least talking about some aggressiveness when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs doing something this year, this offseason.
And you look at Garland last year with Cleveland, averaged 18 points and 6.5 assists. And one of the comments on YouTube that I just saw go by, is he more of a scoring or passing guard? I think in Cleveland, he had to score.
Sure.
In San Antonio, he would be more of a passer, but he is a true point guard. And I do think his passing ability, his ability to set up Wemby and be that dynamic guy that will pass first and can score, that's what the Spurs need. And, at his age, what was he, like the 4th or 5th overall pick a couple years ago? 5th pick. At his age, I think I'd rather have him than a return of, say, a DeJounte or even a Trae Young. I don't think he would be near as expensive as what we've heard the asking price is for Trae Young.
Well, it's going to depend on what Cleveland decides to do with that team. They bust it completely up. Do they keep one of those guys and trade the other? It's going to be interesting to see. I'm just happy that we're talking about it. And we're not sitting back talking about, we're going to draft two guys. We're going to draft 2 guys who won't be ready for a year or so, and we'll just sit back and we'll tank again and we'll lose again. No. Let's go out and be aggressive and get this done. And again, Spurs have a lot of draft capital. They have a lot more money to spend next year, depending on what they do this year and how aggressive they get. But they're going to be aggressive this year, I think, at least one of these guys. And next year could really be a barn burner.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. So the NFL has decided to send the Eagles and the Packers to Brazil for a game.
2 green teams.
And apparently told not to wear green. Or did they? We'll explain coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding 281 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a Father's Day gift from the Home Depot. Because he's not just Dad. He's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. For Father's Day, upgrade his gear with the Husky 270-piece mechanics tool set from the Home Depot. Just $99. Perfect in the hands of a pro or a dad. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Introducing Lumi for Men, and we named him Mando. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman's brother, the inventor of Mando Whole Body Deodorant for pits, packages, and feet. Because we all know our pits aren't the only places we get odor. Mando Whole Body Deodorant is different from anything you've tried before. It stops odor before it starts, powered by our acidified technology. Mando controls odor anywhere you have it. Her patented whole body deodorant formula has over 200,000 5-star reviews. And because Mando has a 60-day stink-free guarantee, you can try Mando risk-free. Give Mando Whole Body Deodorant a try today and smell like the stink-free man you were intended to be.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 555 and get an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, 2 free products of your choice, and ships free with code 555. Go to shopmando.com, code 555. for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That's shopmando.com, code 555.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hi, everybody. Scott Innes here. For 25 years, I've been voicing lovable cartoon dogs like Scooby-Doo, Astro. Hey, I love puppies and dogs. And now I get to help pets that need a voice to save their lives. That's where the Puppy Food Bank comes in. The Puppy Food Bank helps pet rescue organizations so they can feed puppies. For just $11 a month, you can save a pet's life. Go to puppyfoodbank.org now and donate, and they'll send you a nice gift. Puppy Food Bank is proudly supported by Thomas J. Henry.
Score a trip for four to Orlando's most magical theme park, including airfare and hotel. Register now to win at SanAntonioSportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers both returned to action tonight after having the day off yesterday. Houston opened up the series in Los Angeles against the Angels. First pitch there set for 8:38. Rangers are at home against the San Francisco Giants. They're going to open up a 3-game series. You can catch all the action on San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 6:30 tonight with the pregame. Mission still struggling. They continue their series tonight in Midland, 7 o'clock.
Joe Reinagel.
For the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along here on a Friday afternoon.
Absolutely. We made it.
We made it.
Friday.
We made it to Friday.
How about that? Congratulations, everybody.
We've all made it to Friday.
We done did it.
Well, 3 more hours, and we'll really be at a Friday.
We will be. Can't wait. Kicking off the weekend. Nice.
You've got quite a weekend in store.
Well, I do. Tonight it is Maggie's daughter, my stepdaughter's birthday.
Yeah.
Coming into town.
Uh-huh.
And so we're going to go celebrate with a little dinner.
Yeah.
And then got a big wedding to go to tomorrow, which is part of the reason she's coming in with her fiance.
Yeah. See, this is going to suck for you, man. I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it. So Maggie's daughter, she's coming in. It's her birthday, so obviously, you know, big birthday celebration night, which is cool.
Right.
And then a wedding tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
She's also planning a wedding. She's going to be taking notes.
Well, she better not be taking notes at the one we're going to tomorrow.
Oh, the one you're going to tomorrow. And that's way out of your league. I mean,
exactly.
That's what I mean. This could be very bad for you because she will be taking notes.
No, I think Courtney, that's her name. She understands.
No, Courtney, man, spending your money is a lot easier than spending hers.
Well,
especially on her wedding.
See,
she's going to be taking notes.
Here's the thing. This wedding we're going to tomorrow is like
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, to give people an idea, like I've got a wedding in a week up at my nephew's getting married. Now, I've taken a lot of crap because I went to a wedding about a year ago and I wore a half zip and jeans.
As you should.
Well,
taking a lot of crap.
I wasn't in the wedding.
Doesn't matter.
And I was told it's pretty informal.
Uh-huh.
So
that's pretty informal.
I thought I was dressed up. I wore the good jeans and you know, but again, you know, I went to a wedding a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Added a sport coat to what I had on.
Right.
I was fine.
Uh-huh.
Some people were in ties, but most people sport coat. One guy was wearing a sport coat and shorts, which I thought was fantastic.
Wow.
Except for the people that were actually in the wedding party. Reinagel, for the wedding that he's going to tomorrow, had to go over to Rex's formal wear and get a tuxedo because even the guests are required.
It's a black tie event.
Well, what the hell does that mean?
Means you got to wear a black tie.
Yeah, but you went tux.
Well, everybody's doing that.
Everybody's doing that.
So
you could have wore what you have on right now. Put on some pants, your golf shirt, and a sport coat, and you'd have been just fine.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Not at this wedding.
No, not at this.
I mean, at the wedding you're going to tomorrow, everybody's got to look like the waiter.
Well, you do.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's a schwanky thing. I know you're not used to that.
No, I don't go to those.
It's fine.
I don't
and that's good.
Well,
it's very good friends of ours.
I understand.
So we'll be there. We had the same thing when my friend's son got married in Mexico.
Yeah.
Drug a tuxedo up there. Used to have one of my own because I used to MC a lot of events and used to do stuff.
Yep.
But that tuxedo got small.
So the tuxedo did.
The tuxedo shrunk.
Well, so like I'm debating what am I going to wear next week to James's wedding? Because while we're
a
going
suit. How about start there?
Well, no, one, I don't have one.
Yeah, you bought one at Target.
Okay, true. I do have a suit. But here's the thing. This is what I'm debating because I just found this out recently. I'm not actually going to the wedding.
Why not?
I'm not invited.
Oh.
So we're going to whatever they're having a beach wedding, and in Washington. I'm not sure, because it's kind of along the Oregon Washington coast. So I don't have no idea. I'm flying into Portland. We're driving, but the actual wedding itself will only be the parents' sister and her parents and sister, and everybody else is going to be at a party because it's like 45 minutes to the little beach area. So we're not going to the wedding. We're going to the party.
Well, that's the best thing to do.
Well, sure. And I'm good with that. But why do I have to dress up for that?
Well, because you got to look respectable. What are you going to dress as?
I was going to wear I'm at the beach. I'm going to wear shorts and a shirt.
If it's a beach thing, you're
right?
fine.
I'm not, but I'm not actually going to be at the wedding.
Well, even if you were at the wedding, it's a beach wedding. You can wear shorts. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Like my nephew's getting married next summer.
Yeah.
And it's a beach thing. So it's beach attire.
Why do people plan weddings for a year?
Because that's what it takes these days.
It doesn't.
It does.
All that means is that's all you're going to fight about and hear about for the next year is wedding stuff.
Well.
And as the dude, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't. It's what she wants.
Of course.
All you have to do is say yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
And yes, kiddo, I will pay for that too. And Courtney is going to be taking notes this weekend and come away with all kinds of ideas.
Well, I hope she has a good time taking notes. It'll be fun for her.
You won't have any say whatsoever.
Well, I don't, because you got to understand this is
Maggie's.
Right. Well, yeah.
So whatever she wants. I mean, it could be like a friend of mine, a friend of yours. Her daughter wanted to get married on a yacht in Miami.
Wow. Well, if it's a friend I'm thinking about, then that's nothing. That probably will happen.
Well, it did happen.
Oh, it already did.
Oh,
happen.
yeah. It's already happened.
Yeah.
Delayed through COVID and all that kind of stuff. And,
yeah.
A yacht in Miami. Like,
but see, I mean, if
I think Courtney should get married on a yacht in Miami.
If you've got, well, hey, she needs to call her dad.
Well, she called her mom.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Let's do the headline blitz.
This is
Before
Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
You know that cop down in Louisville that got run over by Scotty Scheffler? Photos of his injuries have been released.
What a wiener.
This guy is probably taking a lot of crap out at the hospital. His pants are ripped beyond repair. That's $80. He's got a little strawberry on his wrist. And he went to the hospital for this. Go to the knee. The knee has 3 little marks on it. Anybody that grew up with a bike with a pedal, you've had worse injuries than that and never went to the hospital. James Pledger had a night after he met some chick at the Angry Elephant and had a bigger strawberry on his face than what's on this dude's knee and his wrist combined, yet still managed to play 18 holes of golf and not go by ambulance to the hospital.
Yeah, this guy, ambulance. For that?
For that.
My, see, I wouldn't.
That doesn't even require a Band-Aid.
I wouldn't even let him take pictures. And this guy's holding it up like, see?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. And somebody could patch that up.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm very disappointed.
Very
disappointed. I thought this guy was actually hurt.
Yeah.
He's like, see that? Scotty Scheffler guy.
I'm sure that was annoying for a day, especially if his watch rubbed on that.
Please.
But yeah,
so what?
That does not require a ride to the ambulance.
I wish.
And the knee I thought was messed up and swollen and bruised.
I wish your wife was around because I'd like to ask her, Joanna, if a dude showed up like that in the emergency room, would you laugh at him?
Yes, they would.
Yes, they would. I'd be embarrassed to take pictures. I said, no, I'm fine. I'm okay.
The only thing hurt that day was his pride.
Well, yeah, but they don't treat that at the hospital.
Well, not at the emergency room anyway. That's just bad.
Dude, that's embarrassing for that guy.
That's embarrassing.
And now they're out all over the internet.
Yeah.
And this guy's going to get laughed at.
The Christmas party is going to be fun at the Louisville Police Department.
But I love the way he's just showing, see, look at that injury.
Mm-hmm. Although, I mean, you get hurt on the job.
Maybe he's looking for a little
workers' comp.
Look at that guy. I'll get you, kids.
Mm-hmm. Those pants are destroyed, though. You're right.
Dude, they're not.
They are. You can't fix that. It's a hole in the ass.
Just patch them. You can sew that up.
I don't know if you can sew that. I think you can put a patch on that.
Well, sure.
I mean, it looks more like he got bit by a dog. Like a dog was chasing him and grabbed a hold of the back end and bit.
Now, see,
and besides that, quite honestly, look at the way those
$80.
Look at the way those pants fit. He needed a new pair anyway.
That dude needs a lot of things.
If you're looking for those photos, TMZ has just tweeted them out.
I'm embarrassed for the guy.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
A lot of respect for police officers, but that guy,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have been embarrassed to take those pictures.
So the NFL is apparently, although there's some now mixed reports on this, they're going to Brazil to play that regular season game, and they've got the Eagles and the Packers playing. Colors are green, right?
They are.
But they're not allowed to wear green while in Brazil because it's a big gang color down there in Brazil. What was it? Josh Jacobs was on a podcast talking about this.
In Brazil, man. What are you most excited about?
They said that the part of Brazil we going to, you can't even wear green at.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Why?
They said, I guess something to do with the gangs and stuff. They said,
"Oh, dude, I'm not going. I'm not going."
They said we're not going to Rio. We going to. They told us they was like, man, it's one of them places where they probably won't even let us leave.
A full team.
Oh damn, I'm not going, dude. No,
Eagles and
I was
Green
picturing.
Bay.
Oh, green. That's
Wait,
what
color?
Green?
Yeah, what color green?
They probably gonna have armored vehicles following us. I said, bro, why are we out here? Why are we here?
I'm picturing Josh Jacobs hanging out on the beach,
right?
But it doesn't sound like that kind of trip.
But I was looking forward to it. I'm like, man, it's about to be a fun week. Y'all telling us all of that. They're like, yeah, nah, it's not going to be like that. I'm like, yeah, all right.
All right, so cancel that trip. All right, we good.
Glad we got the inside.
So just so I know, what's the color of the other gang?
I have no idea. That's what I asked.
Josh,
figure that out. Same question I asked. I said, bro, so they was like, man, look, just pack just black and white colors. Because they was like, man, when you come out here, we don't want no mishaps.
Oh, that's wild, dude. All right. That's funny.
The color of the flag, I'm like, the flag is green.
All right. So that was Josh Jacobs on Chris Long's podcast. You heard him. Apparently he got a call from the league. Said, dude, what are you doing? That's not true.
Inaccurate.
So Jacobs wrote on Instagram, damn, I was misinformed. Sorry, Brazil. See you soon. So apparently, while he said all that, misinformation, and it stems from the game's venue, the stadium that they're playing at. The home soccer team tells its players not to wear green because that's worn by their rival. It does not apply to American football teams playing in that stadium. And there will be a lot of green on the field and in the stands. Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of gangs in Brazil, though.
There are.
And there's a lot of crime in Brazil.
There are.
So, these guys, I'm sure the NFL's, obviously they know that. And they're going to have security out the wazoo for this thing. So, going to be interesting. And look, I'm all for going places, but I mean, you got to be careful with these guys. Because can you imagine a football player maybe just out for a walk, he gets kidnapped, and you're asking for ransom, and it could be all of those things.
It could be all of those. Again, I just look at all of this. Do we? I don't know. It's a regular season game.
It is.
Do I really want a regular season game in Brazil?
No.
You know, it's like play in your home stadium. Play your home games at home. Oh, preseason games, fine. You know, the games in Europe that they're trying to do, I get you're trying to go global and all that. You know, you had some baseball games that were played in Asia this year. The Spurs play a couple games up in Austin. That bothers me. The A's aren't even in Las Vegas yet. And I've already asked, can they play 8 games, regular season games, somewhere else? Dude, you haven't even moved into the new place yet, and you're already trying to get out of 8 home games for a baseball team. That's a pretty good chunk of your schedule.
Well, that'd be a big middle finger to the A's if I'm the folks in Las Vegas.
Oh, and by the way, you're building our $1 billion stadium, but we want to play 8 games. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, that I hope that doesn't happen. Screw the A's. What are they going to do? Go back to Oakland?
No,
exactly.
They can't wear that. So I don't know what to believe of this story. Somehow I think Josh Jacobs wasn't misinformed. That was just something that wasn't supposed to get out.
Exactly. And the NFL said, hey, Ixnay on the gang A.
Yeah. On a what?
Exactly.
Good Lord. You really just say that?
Of course.
Okay.
Don't be talking about gangs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And wearing green.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who's the home team? Well, the home team could wear white. Could the other team wear
Still
like
gonna have a green helmet if you're the Eagles?
Don't they have an alternate helmet with a different color?
I don't know.
Can one team wear the alternate black jersey?
I'm sure they could.
Could they both wear white jerseys?
They could both. No, they can't do that.
Why not?
That'd be chaos.
Well, what do you mean chaos?
Well, you don't know who you're throwing the ball to.
Well, I mean, it's Jalen Hurts. Does it matter?
Sure. Best quarterback in the NFC East.
Good Lord. Why the disrespect for Daniel Jones?
Well, you know, it was close between those two.
Xavier Howard's in trouble for a variety of reasons. Let's get into that coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
94.1 FM, San Antonio Sports Star.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But here in Texas, we don't expect the ways water is breaking down our foundations and damaging our homes. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is shifting. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. Make sure your investment is protected. Get your free inspection at foundationsupportspecialists.com.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Todd is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Todd, and I live in Georgia. I'm a veteran of 23 years. I love to give back to the community, whether it's my fellow veterans, some guy on the street corner. I offer what I can when I can. I started noticing that my memory was slipping, and I wanted to take proactive measures to try to help that. I saw a Prevagen commercial, and I did some research on it, and I wanted to find out, does this stuff really work? I started taking Prevagen about 3 years ago. Since taking Prevagen, I feel clearer in my thoughts, my memory has improved, and generally just more on point.
Prevagen is available in stores everywhere without a prescription. Based on a clinical study of subgroups of individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired, this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
The Aggies play here. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're streaming online at sasportstar.com or watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. There are some headlines and stories that you read that just make you really question some people, right?
You bang your head against the wall?
Sure. This Xavier Howard story is, bizarre. First off, he sent a boy explicit videos of the boy's mother because she wouldn't get an abortion. A little revenge porn. Now, I don't know why you send it to the kid other than you're just that guy, right?
Well, yeah, you're trying to embarrass the mom, I guess. I can't imagine.
I don't know how old the boy is to know if he would really understand what was going on there, but you just don't do that. Now, this guy's been, Xavier Howard's had quite a few little brushes with the law. He's been sued, and there was a line in an article that I was reading about the latest lawsuit because there's a baby in a onesie that was custom made, by the way.
Yeah.
That said, Xavier Howard is my deadbeat dad. He tells people I'm not his child, but the DNA proved that was a lie.
I think that's genius.
Really?
Yes, to put the baby's stuff and put it out there. I mean, you got to pay child support. Come on.
You do have to pay child support. Apparently, he did want her to get an abortion. She didn't. He claimed it wasn't his. DNA proved otherwise. But he's been sued for many things before. And the part of the article that really kind of caught me is not that he sent sex videos to a woman that he got pregnant to her son. As weird as that is, nothing quite like the line. He was previously accused and sued for giving a woman herpes that he met while getting tested for herpes.
I guess the test was positive. Jeez.
Well,
he didn't have to get tested. He just gave it to her.
Well, I mean, so what I don't understand is if she was in the place where you get tested for herpes and met him while he was getting tested, wouldn't that have been a red flag for her not to let him? You see what I mean?
Sure.
Right. At what point do you read the room?
What? Was she there getting tested for herpes too?
Well, it doesn't say that. It says he was accused of giving a woman herpes that he met while getting tested for herpes.
Well, maybe she worked there.
Again, if she worked there.
Well, it depends. Was he negative? I mean, if she got the test results and maybe he just slipped out and got herpes the night after he got tested. I mean, it sounds like this dude gets around.
Well, I mean, he does. I'm more concerned about the woman who got herpes from him that she met while he was getting tested for herpes. Now, it doesn't say if she worked there, if she was getting there. I'm guessing you can go to any kind of clinic and just get the test, right? I've never driven down the road and said herpes test here. Right? Like everybody in there is getting tested for herpes. It's not like those old COVID sites that we used to see. Remember that Winnebago that was parked at the gas station where you could get COVID tests, right? I've never seen anything like that for herpes, but I'm guessing if you're a woman and you met a guy, you're at a clinic at some point. What are you doing here? Herpes test? Oh, you want to go out later? Sure, let's go. No, the answer's no, right? I don't know how that works.
See, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. Maybe
you can't defend this guy.
Well, I mean, maybe he told her, I got a raincoat on. I don't know.
I mean, based on his
so you can't stop love, Jason, all right?
He's not quite Tyreek Hill, but based on his track record, he doesn't believe in raincoats.
What? You can't stop love. All right. They fell in love at the herpes clinic.
I don't think this is love. I think this is horny. There's a difference.
Some people confuse that for love.
Well, it's a short-lived love. I mean, he's an NFL player. She might have seen love signs.
She might have. Although he doesn't play anymore, does he?
He's not with the Dolphins anymore.
I don't think he plays. Maybe he does.
He is currently a free agent. He was released by the Dolphins this offseason in a cap-saving move.
Yeah.
In a cap-saving move. So are you saying that this woman is a gold digger? Is that what you're implying, Minix?
It's a possibility.
Well, certainly it's a possibility.
I mean, maybe he is just that charming.
So that's what I mean. So you're saying for money, she would subject herself to getting herpes.
Well, she sued him for getting herpes.
See, you make a good lawyer. You met him at a herpes clinic. What the hell were you thinking?
I mean, I'd be a really good judge. I don't know if I'd be a good lawyer, but I'd be a really good judge.
I'd be a good lawyer, I think. I mean, it's common sense stuff, most of it, right?
You would think. And again, there's laws, which is why I don't know that I'd be a good lawyer.
It's either that or Howard is just dumb. I mean, dude, you got a lot of money. You're sleeping with a woman you met at a herpes clinic. You're going to give her herpes, and then she's going to turn around and sue you. So maybe you should keep your wiener in your pants.
Well,
and not do that. It's a trap.
Mm-hmm. There's so much going on here.
There is.
I mean,
this is a 5-night Netflix series.
In May of 2023, a woman who dated Howard the year before sued the 4-time Pro Bowler after she learned via Instagram that Howard took sexually explicit videos of her and shared them with other people, according to the complaint. The woman who DM'd her said Howard sent videos of him having sex with multiple women to make her mad because she didn't want to have sex with him.
Wow. Yeah, this is a
so
it's a Lifetime movie right here is what this is.
There's a lot going on. So apparently there was a woman that did not want to have sex with him. So to make her mad, he sent her videos of multiple women having sex with him. because that'd do the trick every time.
Every time.
I'm just gonna make you jealous.
Yeah, that'll make
you're gonna
the,
want this. Yeah.
That'll make you. Yeah, they dude. This guy sounds like a winner, a real winner.
Yeah.
He's having a lot of sex and catching a lot of diseases.
And making babies and videos.
Apparently. And then not paying child support.
He is a free agent. Good Lord, this man needs to sign with the team because he's got way too much
money.
He's got too much free time on his hands. He needs to study a playbook.
I don't know. Would you want to sign the guy?
He's a hell of a football player.
Well, watch him come to Dallas.
I mean, in reality, a player like of his caliber could get a job. If you're a kicker and you get accused of something, you get fired right away. Ask McManus, right? Because you're a kicker. I can go find another kicker, See, I don't
know. The guy is about to be 31 years old. I think he might be done. He's a corner.
He is.
You hit 30.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier. He's got a future.
Whole story about revenge porn and everything that he did. And I get stuck on a line that he also got sued by a woman that he gave herpes to that he met while getting tested for herpes.
Right in the butt.
What?
This guy.
By the way, Wheel of Fortune is coming to an end. Pat Sajak, Vanna White about to have their last show ever.
Wow.
And that happens in their final stretch of shows.
Right in the butt.
Is Xavier Howard going to be on the show, or maybe the puzzle can be herpes?
Hey.
Herpes.
Uh-huh. We have no idea. What time is it? Oh, look, we've got missions tickets to give away.
Oh, how about that?
If you want a family 4-pack of tickets to go see the San Antonio Missions, take on the Corpus Christi Hooks Tuesday night out at the Wolf. Just be called. What number was Xavier Howard? Was he like 31?
69?
We won't.
Oh, he's a cornerback. Forgive me.
Caller 9-210-656-ESPN. 656-3776. Caller 9, you get a 4-pack of tickets to go see the San Antonio Missions Tuesday night for $2 Tuesday. AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. $2 domestic beer, sausage wraps, cheese, pizza, sweet tea, $2 tickets. Caller 9, a family 4-pack is yours right now. 210-656-ESPN. 656-3776.
See all kinds of stuff on social media, but there's a lot of stuff on social media. And one of the good things that I see when you open up Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or whatever the case may be is Parkhurst New Vision. It is amazing to me, the community of people, of happy patients from Parkhurst New Vision. You see it every single day. You open up one of those social media sites. I'm one of those people. My wife, Maggie, is one of those people. And we're loving life because of Parkhurst New Vision. No more glasses, no more readers, no more any of that kind of stuff. And her eyesight is better now than it's been in years. And it is fantastic. And look, you can join that community. All you have to do is take the first step. That is to call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020. You can check them out online as well on sanantoniolasig.com. But you call them up, you make that initial consultation, and then you go in and you're going to see exactly what all of us in the Parkhurst New Vision community have already seen. You walk through the door, you're treated like family. You're going to meet with their doctors, and they're going to tell you exactly how the process is going to go. You ask your questions as well. Tell them Joe Reinagel from the Blitz sent you down there as well. Did you do that for me? You do that, and boy, life is going to be good from here on out. Parkhurst New Vision, they are absolutely the best in the business. Let them take care of you like they've taken care of me and hundreds of other people here in San Antonio and South Texas. Get the process started. Do it today. Call them 210-585-2020.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, did the Mavericks bounce back after Game 1's whooping?
And what was your weekend win? Did something good happen? We'll start the party at 6. Get here early.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist? Huh, you don't say. Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Introducing Lumi for Men, and we named him Mando. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of Mando Whole Body Deodorant for pits, packages, and feet, because we all know our pits aren't the only place we get odor. Mando Whole Body Deodorant is different from anything you've ever tried before. It stops odor before it starts, powered by our acidified technology. Mando controls odor anywhere you have it. My patented whole body deodorant formula has over 200,000 5-star reviews. And because Mando has a 60-day stink-free guarantee, you can try Mando risk-free. Give Mando whole body deodorant a try today and smell like the stink-free man you were intended to be.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 1515 and get an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, 2 free products of your choice, and ships free with code 1515. Go to shopmando.com, code 1515, for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That's shopmando.com, code 1515.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch offers big, bold flavors like hot honey, spicy dill, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein crunch. Turn snack time from ordinary to extraordinary with flavorful pork rinds. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today. You want another way to add excitement to watching the NBA playoffs? Jason Minix here. Let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. It is a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports, especially playing the pick'em game, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your pick'em entry, and all you have to do is select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Endless projections to choose from. It is fantasy and it is legal in Texas. So get started by going to the easy-to-use Underdog Fantasy mobile app or go to the website underdogfantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry and a deposit offer. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, sign up using my promo code STAR at underdogfantasy.com.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Instagram reels sometimes are the best. Thank you, Gillespie. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Friday.
Thank goodness it's Friday.
You're doing a grilling this weekend. Make sure you Take photos of that great meat on your grill. Upload them to sasportstar.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page, for your chance to win a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market.
Always like that. $50 would go in handy. Somebody won yesterday. I got $50 to to spend this weekend. Oh, maybe they'll be eating salads. Who knows?
Yeah, I think they sell pre-made salads
Oh,
there
they do.
at
Yeah,
Tri-County.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. If I could only explain
Wow.
the video that was just sent us. It's not for air.
I had to watch it a couple of times to get it, but that doesn't surprise you.
It doesn't.
Oh my.
It Instagram reels, man. Those things. Funny as hell.
Yes, they are.
You wonder about people that live amongst us.
Well, people get into
careful.
them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They can take you start watching those things. Next thing you know, an hour's gone by.
Yes, it's easy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I know last night, because the game was so damn boring. A lot of people were watching
boring.
A lot of Instagram reels.
The game wasn't boring.
Third quarter got interesting only because Dallas made a run.
They did.
You think about what the Boston Celtics did at the beginning of that game in that first quarter. And really, it started when Porzingis came off the bench. That first time out, just a game changer. And obviously, when you look at the NBA Finals today, overreaction to what we saw in Game 1, and we're going to have overreaction on Monday to what we see Sunday night in Game 2. But pretty wild when you think about Boston and what they were able to do last night in just flat dominating Dallas early. They won that game in the first quarter.
Midway through the first quarter.
And weird to say that.
Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, because the rest of the game, fairly even.
It was.
But that first quarter, they won the game.
Dallas took the lead, 15-14. And it was a good game. They were going back and forth, and then Porzingis came in and just changed everything. That guy was on fire, not only on the offensive side, but he was doing a lot of damage on the defensive side of the court as well. So he made the difference. To me, Porzingis was the star of that game for the Boston Celtics last night. He just changed the entire complexion of that game. Midway through the first, they get a huge lead that they would never relinquish.
When you think about the game last night, and again, 107-89. If you're a Mavericks fan thinking about some positives, Boston played incredible last night. They only scored 107 points. You know, Dallas should win most games if your opponent's scoring around 107, 110, something like that. That's defensively the kind of game I think Dallas would like to play. You got 30 and 10 out of Luka. A nice double-double in his first ever finals game. Kyrie was a no-show. 12 points on 6 of 19 shooting, 0 of 5 from three-point range, and booed quite a bit. Although in typical Kyrie, he thought the Boston fans would be worse.
It's basketball at the end of the day. Being in this environment, I'm used to it at this point. Early in my career, there was a different relationship that I had with Boston, just being able to come here, be settled with a veteran group. Now I'm here as the veteran. Over the past few years, just experiencing the playoffs here, even regular season, it's been the same thing. I thought it was going to be a little louder in here, but I'm expecting the same things going into Game 2. Crowd trying to get me out of my element, my teammates out of my element. But again, the energy's got to be focused towards the game.
No, you hear that from Kyrie. Did the crowd have any effect on him? I mean, he did not have a good game. I mean, look, he might say the crowd had nothing to do with it. I thought it was going to be louder. But he said, they're going to try to take me out of it. Dude, you were 6 of 19.
They did take you out. The crowd didn't do it. It was Boston's defense. And I was more impressed with Boston's defense last night than I was with anything else. They played well. They made it hard on Luka. They took Kyrie out of the game. Nobody else really could do much of anything. Although Boston did miss a lot of chippies. Or I'm saying Dallas missed a lot of chippies, especially there in the third quarter. they got in a hole. Dallas did. They just couldn't climb out of. They tried to climb out of it. It too much energy taken. Credit Boston. They played well last night. I will give them a lot of credit, but I think it was the defensive side of the floor that really was the most impressive for me.
Yeah, they played well. Jaylen Brown says defense, that was not just one person. That was an entire team effort.
I think it's a full team effort. And, Luka Doncic still at 30 and 10, so got to do a better job. But, it's a full team effort. And, tonight I got lucky a few times, but we got to get ready for game 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's early, and they know that. And they're going to have to play just as well on Sunday as they did last night, because Dallas is going to make and that's what I love about the finals or any basketball playoff series. The adjustments are going to be made. Who does what? Will Boston make any adjustments, or are they happy with the way they played last night? It's going to be fun to watch, but I still think this is a series. I think it's going to be a long series. Dallas is going to win some ball games, and it's going to be fun.
If the series goes back to Dallas for next Wednesday's game 3, and Boston's up 2-0, what's your concern level?
Well, I want to see what happens on Sunday. I mean, is it a complete defensive domination again? And if that's the case, then if you're a Mavericks fan, you better be worried about it.
Well, and I say that, I mean, you hear Jaylen Brown. I mean, Luka scored 30. Luka did his part. I know there's some criticizing the fact that he only had 1 assist. Well, I mean, you only get an assist when your teammates actually make shots. They shot 41%, 35 of 84, but 7 of 27 from 3.
Yeah. And
Kyrie, 12 points. You can't have one of your superstars do that. PJ Washington had 14. Hardy had 13. Everybody else is in single digits. That's not going to get it done. When we talked about yesterday going into game 1, role players that have to step up. And you see that with Boston. All their starters were in double figures, and then you had, Porzingis with 20 points off the bench. When you look at Dallas, which one of their role players looked like they were just off that could have a monster game too? I mean, Washington played well. Gafford, he's 100%, but it's not like he takes a lot of shots. Lively got into foul trouble. I just don't know, and that's one of the reasons I picked Boston in this series is, the stars are going to be stars. What's the rest of them going to do? And I like Boston's overall roster better than Dallas's. If they don't get the help for Luka, and if Kyrie has another game like this, I think Dallas could be in trouble. I don't expect Kyrie to have another game like that, but if he does, because they played great defense on him,
they did.
What are they?
Well, Dallas got to shoot better from the 3. I mean, that was a 7 of 27, right? They were 26% from the 3-point stripe. Boston, that's what they do. They take a lot of threes. They hit 16 of them last night. I think half of those were in the first quarter when they made that run. So look, they were on fire. They got hot, and then they struggled a little bit in the third quarter until they didn't, and they righted the ship. But look, Boston played well last night defensively. But again, a valid point is they only scored 107 points.
True.
And if Dallas, I think if you're feeling pretty good about that, if you're Dallas, and you got to get your offense about you and outscore them, because that's what you got to do. Luka's going to be Luka. He's going to play. Doesn't matter. They bothered him last night, though, in a lot of respects. They did. So look, Boston had the game plan last night. What adjustments does J. Kidd make? We'll see on Sunday night.
Did you see the locker room kid almost say something like, act like you've been here before, but catch himself? Because they haven't. They are a young team, and they look like it last night on that stage. Jason Tatum, after the game, admitted he was nervous, although he played like he was calm. Kyrie had a couple of comments last night where he talked about them being a young team. And, even though they're young, they are ready for this challenge, even though they got blown out in game one.
I think when we hit a little adversity, we just have to know how to respond as a group and a team. We talked about it in a lot of huddles, but we got to act on it. That's what this game is about, is controlling our actions, making sure that we stay positive, but also know what we're going up against, the competition level. You know, we're the best in the world at this point. It's only 2 teams left. We've proven why we deserve to be here. We've earned our right to be here. So it's no time to see ourselves as a short opponent or someone that's not capable of coming out of this. You know, it's game one, but at the same time, you know, we got 2 days in between, so there's going to be a lot of noise and a lot of who played well, who didn't play well, who's under pressure. And just tell my guys now is not the time to fall into that and get divided and, you know, be on social media all day listening to people that aren't on the court with us. No disrespect to anybody, but it's just, you know, we're the players out there, so we got to control what we can control and be ready to put on for each other.
Well, what Kyrie's got to do, and I think Luka did it to some extent, and even Kyrie early, you know, he had an impact early on the thing. In fact, I think he had the bucket that put the Mavericks ahead 15-14 before Porzingis came in and did what he did. The Mavs have got to come out and match that intensity, and they didn't do that last night once Porzingis came in. But the difference is the way I see it. Look, Porzingis had a chip on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to come into that game and try to affect it, and he did. Now, can he do that again? That's the thing. He was anxious to get back on the floor, anxious to tell Dallas to go kiss his butt. And, you know, he doesn't like them. So he played with a chip on his shoulder. Can he continue that kind of pace, that kind of shooting as we move forward? That's going to be something to watch.
It is. And I think that is something that can be consistent. And if I'm Boston, I keep bringing Porzingis off the bench. I like the energy that he offered up in the second unit. And the fact that he's missed so much time, why mess with your starting group right now? Have him come off the bench with that energy is good. And if I'm Dallas, I mean, you look at first quarter only, Luka started the game 3 of 7, or played in the first quarter. He was 3 of 7 shooting, 1 of 4 from 3-point range. Kyrie was 2 of 5, 0 of 1 from 3-point range in that first quarter. Is it up to Jason Kidd to try to get Kyrie going early, running some plays to where he can get some easy shots? Although the fact that he did have 5, I mean, you know, he was a part of the early game plan, so maybe Jason Kidd probably was doing the same thing. Let's try to get Kyrie going, because for him to score 4 of his 12 points in the first quarter, you know, he just never found any kind of offensive rhythm. I think Luka, you know, is going to be there. Kyrie, he's been up and down this postseason. The way he dominated the first half in that first game against Minnesota, what did they do in that game to get him going early? Because most of his points have been late, but it seems like Kyrie needs to get going early.
I'm not worried about Kyrie. I'm really not. I think Kyrie, he's been there. He knows what it's like. I'm not worried about the guy. I think he's going to be just fine. He had an off night. They were doing some things to him that maybe he didn't expect, didn't know how to adjust to, but I'm not worried about him. I'm really not. And I don't think, and maybe, you know, you want to keep Porzingis coming off the bench. I'm okay with that. But if the guy doesn't hit shots like he was hitting them last night, where's the energy?
Well,
the reason he brought the energy,
defense though was solid too.
It was fine, but he had a lot of momentum and he was making a lot of shots. You could tell it really pumped up the crowd and the Boston Celtics.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. All right, 2 hours in the show. Let's blame the referees. Hey, Paul, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, afternoon, guys. A couple of points. First off, the foul differential in the first period was ridiculous. Luka was hitting the court the whole first period, not getting a call. Secondly, the only consistency out of this game will be that Porzingis gets injured. And third, look at the first game in the Mavs Thunder series and how bad the Mavericks look like they would not even have a chance against that athletic team. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Appreciate it, Paul.
Appreciate that. And he's right.
Yeah.
They looked, I mean, very similar game ones.
They were. And again, you look at that, and foul disparity, by the way, the Mavs didn't go to the free throw line, and the Celtics went twice. I don't know. I mean,
Well, but if you're the Mavericks, you have to expect that. You're going to get calls at home. I mean, that's That's the NBA, and it just didn't happen last night. It's happened since the beginning of time. And Boston was going to get the benefit of the whistle last night. They did. And so you move on, and you see if it's different in game 2.
I look at in that first quarter, fast break points 8-4, and the fact that the Mavericks were 2 of 5 in fast break opportunities. They missed some easy shots.
They did,
and I mean,
that is accurate.
That is little things like that when you're digging through a box score. I think it does matter.
Of course it does. You can't get in a hole if you're Dallas and try to come back. You've got to stay steady, and you can't get in a big hole like they got in last night.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let me tell you about the Golf Club of Texas because, obviously the golf course is fantastic. They're redoing the golf carts. They're resodding all over the place. It's a beautiful golf course, great place to go out and play. But there's also a lot of other stuff to do out at the Golf Club of Texas. For example, tonight, they have what they call First Friday Acoustic Night. It is tonight. And tonight, Rad Unplugged is performing out there between 7 and 10 o'clock. You need to go out there and check it out. You can check out the golf course. You can check out the Tin Cup restaurant as well. The food is fantastic out there, and it's not going to break the bank. You'll take the family out there. That's the beauty of it, and you're not going to spend a fortune on some great food. Look, what I'm saying is the Golf Club of Texas is a great place to go visit. Not a country club, but it certainly feels like a country club. Open to the public 7 days a week, and the Golf Club of Texas offers some of the best course conditions in town with the friendliest staff. Go out there for the golf, stay for the food, stay for the activities because they're having them, and they're going to have them all summer long. You can count on that. Golf Club of Texas. It is a great place. You want to go to golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. You're going to find the best rates for golf there, and they'll have all the activities listed there as well. Look, the Golf Club of Texas is right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Repair shop.
Hi, I'm calling to find out about my car, the transmission.
Your vehicle manufacturer's warranty has expired or is about to.
How much?
$9,000.
Wow, that's crazy.
You still like your car, so get Endurance's low-cost vehicle coverage plan and save your money. The cost of living is going up. The last thing you need is a sudden devastating expense. Avoid that with Endurance's low-cost vehicle coverage plan. Sorry, lady.
It's okay. I'm covered. Go ahead and fix it.
If you own a 2004 or newer made vehicle, you may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this special coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. It's simple. You pick the deductible. You pick the coverage. You even choose your own repair shop. Roadside service and towing is included. Now you can stop worrying about unexpected repair bills. Call 800-260-1679 for your free, no obligation 5-minute quote. 800-260-1679. 800-260-1679.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-5407. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-5407. That's 800-575-5407. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
We've been talking about it. The Boston Celtics certainly made a statement last night with an 18-point win in Game 1 of the NBA Finals over the Dallas Mavericks. Game 2 of that series, Sunday night, 7 o'clock. You can catch that game right here on your home for the NBA Finals, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, beginning at 6 o'clock. San Antonio Brahmas in a big game this week, and in fact, the XFL Conference Championship game, Sunday, 7 o'clock.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It's a good Friday.
It is a good Friday.
That's a good day.
It must be a really good day for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because I don't wake up and drive in traffic, but I saw a lot of people posting this morning. Summer traffic is in full effect. With no school, the traffic must have been a lot lighter this morning for a lot of people.
That's awesome. I love that.
Is that true, Pledge?
I don't get into traffic.
There's no traffic.
What, does Pledge have to come in early or what?
But no, well, I mean, Pledge, you guys have no idea the great son that James Pledger is. And a lot of mornings he has to get up, drive out to Canyon Lake to get his mom to take her to some doctor appointments.
Absolutely.
And that's been going on a lot this week. I don't know why he just doesn't go to the lake and spend the night, be a little bit easier. But with the lighter traffic, that's made life a lot easier for James Pledger.
You know, he was a little bit upset with you today.
Well, when isn't he?
Well, you didn't bring him lunch. Poor guy said he couldn't go to lunch today.
No, I'm not upset with you. I am not disappointed in you. I am upset with Alex because there was supposed to be a client recording that I hung around for, never showed up.
Is your middle name Alex?
No. Alex,
Mr. Puffy.
Yeah, Alex is the one that last week decided to ask our boss, a female, or not ask, tell her she looked puffy.
She looked puffy, yeah.
Yeah.
I told him he looked puffy today.
Well, he looks puffy almost every day.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yes, it's
so
a day that ends in Y.
I look puffy too, but you don't say that to a boss.
Are you kidding me?
Female.
Yeah, he's in the dentist chair as we speak, so we can talk bad about him.
We do that anyway.
And if you're friends with Alex, don't tell him that I said this today. Alex is over right now at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces.
Yeah.
getting the process started for Invisalign.
Nice.
Not because he wants straight teeth, but he has seen how much weight I have lost because of Invisalign.
Oh, he wants to lose weight?
Yeah. Well, and if it helps the teeth too.
Well,
but,
sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to help the teeth for sure.
And
that's just one of those benefits, side effects that.
Well, yeah, it's one of those unintended consequences.
Yeah.
I did not get Invisalign thinking I would lose weight, but I have lost weight since I've started the Invisalign process, and that's the only thing I'm doing different. So, 2 plus 2.
Well, that's good. Hey, if it works, that's fantastic.
And I texted Dr. Smith over there, and I said, Alex is coming over at 3. Use the painful technique. Because Alex has certainly earned it.
Poor Alex.
He'll be fine.
You think so?
He'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
He'll be fine.
I always wanted to, since we had this conversation, I think it was last Friday with the Puffy comment. I wonder how Morgan's husband's weekend went.
I really don't want to know.
Well, I do.
I really don't want to know.
Because I enjoy listening to other guys' misery.
Yeah. Oh, do you now?
Yeah.
I didn't ask.
Well,
although I am curious.
I haven't seen Morgan, by the way, this week. So.
Well, she's at the gym.
I
have no idea. She's having ice for lunch.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Today is National Donut Day.
Is it really?
It's what social media tells me. Yet I show up at the radio station and there's no donuts. Now we could blame Rob Thompson for that. But no, I didn't. I went to Whataburger for lunch, and generally I don't bring Pledge Whataburger.
Why not?
I don't have to bring them lunch every day.
Well, I think you should.
I should, huh?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, did you bring him lunch today?
I didn't.
So why is he only mad at me, or is he mad at us?
No, I think you.
I'm not mad at y'all. I'm
Are you
mad at Alex.
Are you hungry?
Well, I'm hungry, but I'm mad at Alex because I planned on leaving to go get lunch because things were light at around 1:00. He's like, client might come in within the next 20, 30 minutes. Cool. So client never shows up and I miss lunch because of it. And then I go to look for him to find out if it's ever happening. He's not even here.
No, he's at the dentist. Now,
I think you ought to order him a pizza or something.
He can order his own damn pizza.
Well, give him a credit card.
Why do I got to give him a credit card? He's got one of those.
Alex should order me a pizza.
Alex is at the dentist. You can call him right now. He'll agree to anything. Although, admittedly, because we're all very open here, I knew I messed up and that Pledge was hungry.
Uh-huh.
Because the entire time I was eating my Whataburger, he was in the office, just kind of pacing as he always does, looking around. Didn't say anything, but you could tell, there's none. Look in the bag. No, there's not another burger in there.
See, it's hard to get if because I'm not going to call Pledge or you and say, okay, I'm going to Whataburger. What do you want? And I got a list of stuff you don't want on your burger.
And that's Pledge.
Well, see, I'm not going to do that.
That's why I don't do Whataburger for him.
I bring the guy a Schlotsky. He's crap all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
See, that's it.
I took it off and ate it.
I mean, there's a couple of places that I go where I know his order and it's fine.
Uh-huh.
If I'm going to barbecue station, I know I'll get in trouble if I don't bring him one.
Well, that's easy.
Right, and that's easy. A couple brisket sandwiches and fine. And we do that for everybody here.
Sure.
There's a couple of other times you're just in a hurry and trying to figure out, I can't figure out what I want. And so you just drive up and then you end up at Whataburger.
Right. Well, today was Chick-fil-A.
For you?
I could have brought him a Chick-fil-A.
You could have, but you didn't.
I didn't.
Why didn't you? Now he's really mad at you.
Yeah. I could have gone for some nuggets. That's easy.
Because you could, what did you eat in the car?
I did. Because I was in a hurry.
Because you didn't want Pledge to see you
No,
eating. You
it's
didn't
not
want
that.
to. I mean, think about it, to give people an idea out there what Pledge is like while you're eating lunch. Anybody that has a dog that sits right by you while you're eating, that's James Pledger. I mean, until I was done, he didn't leave the office. I heard about Mom. We talked about Blink 182. We talked about all kinds of things.
Well, he wanted that smell.
For a guy that was too busy and could have left for lunch in that time frame. Right?
Yeah, but he could have.
But if the client shows up and I'm not here, we can't record.
You could have checked. Alex, all right, man, I'm going to lunch. If the client's here, you know, he can wait 15 minutes, entertain your client, talk business, figure out something. I'll be back. I've got to go eat. Right. And they also have all these different devices now where people will bring food to you if you were really that hungry.
Yeah, but they take forever and then the food gets soggy.
See?
It's weird. I don't like DoorDash.
See, me bringing the food and DoorDash bringing the food is just free for him.
Well, you're
sure.
quick.
Yeah.
You don't make stops.
Well, no, I'm with you that you know of, but
See, don't you like
free
stuff,
or
though?
no fees is different.
Well, it's much different.
Yes.
Of course. It's better when you pay for it.
Yes.
But it's good. I mean, every now and then, I don't want to come here. I want to get right to work. And I like to get stuff that you can eat in the car.
Yeah.
And see, Chick-fil-A is great for that because you can eat the sandwich and there's not a bunch of crap falling out of it.
See, I don't eat in the car. I'll eat at the desk 5-10 minutes, whatever. And then
No,
yeah.
I like eating in the car.
You like eating in the car. You're not allowed to eat in the car.
It's my car.
Well, it's your car, but my car rules. You're not allowed to eat in the car.
I've never eaten in your car.
No.
I think I have.
No.
No.
The only thing that you're allowed to eat in the car are those cheeseburgers from McDonald's, those little nothing cheeseburgers, because there's no mess with that, or
Chick-fil-A
or nuggets. You've never eaten Chick-fil-A in my car.
Well, I'm just saying that should be added to the list because that doesn't make a mess either.
What did you get from Chick-fil-A?
A sandwich and fries.
Okay. You could probably get away
Well,
with that in the car. But nuggets, you could eat in the car.
For sure.
Yeah.
I just like stuff I can eat in the car.
But honestly, the best car food is those little cheeseburgers.
They really are
from McDonald's.
You know, they're not on the menu anymore.
They're not?
Not that I've seen, but I drove up one time and I said, "Hey, do y'all still have those cheeseburgers?" She said, "Yeah, we still have them."
Oh, okay.
I'm like, "What the hell? Put them back on the menu."
Well, they can't put everything on the menu.
Why not?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Is it in the app? Do
It's
you
like
order
that
ahead?
Every restaurant has that secret menu.
Those little cheeseburgers aren't a secret.
Well, you got to find that secret thing, right? Every restaurant has it. It's a secret. And if you know, you know. If you don't, well, you don't get that because it's not on the menu.
Where do you go where you order off the secret menu?
Well, I just told you McDonald's is one.
Well, it's not a secret menu. They're still there. They're just not on the menu, but it's not a secret. If you know their menu, it's there. I want to know secret menu items, like stuff that you can get that's not on the menu, but they'll do it for you. But it's one of those. All right, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Tweet at Joe Reinigle 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. If you're watching on YouTube, you can comment there. The McGangbang at McDonald's. What the hell is that?
Is this after hours or what? What the hell is a McGangbang?
Is it sloppy? Can you eat it in the car?
I wouldn't eat it in the car.
Okay.
It's on the secret menu.
Well, what is it?
What is it?
I'm pulling it up so you can see the details.
All right. We're going to do this coming up. If you guys know of secret menu items, not common things that may or may not make the rotated menu, and see it. If you know of secret menu items, let us know because we would like to know. The McGangbang. What is that? Chicken or fish? In cheeseburger.
It's chicken and a burger.
It's chicken and a burger. You know, it's pretty impressive that you can get a chicken patty thinner than their hamburger patties at McDonald's. The McGangbang at McDonald's.
Huh.
Most
their
famous
chicken sandwich and burger patties.
More popular secret. But you found a website. Arby's has something.
Burger King.
Chick-fil-A. All right, we're going to go over this here coming up on the Blitz. I'm curious.
Can't wait for
on
that.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, it's hot outside. The sun is shining. 98 degrees today, I think. And boy, can you imagine? You walk outside and how hot you are for just a few minutes, and then think about your roof. It's got to take that pounding day after day after day after day, and that can really cause some damage. Look, Stevens Roofing is the name that you need to remember. If you've got any trouble with your roof, if you think you have trouble with your roof, Stevens Roofing is the name to remember, because really there's only one name in roofing that stands high above the rest. That is Stevens Roofing. Quality roof overhead by Stevens Roofing means comfort. It means confidence, and it certainly means peace of mind, protection for all of the things that you love. If you're in the market for repairs, a replacement roof, an upgrade, or an inspection, you want to work with that team that's been in business in San Antonio and South Texas for many years, and a team that's not going anywhere. That's Stevens Roofing. They've got a lot of satisfied customers. Give them a call, 210-785-0994. You can also get them online at stevensroofing.net. But remember Stevens Roofing, the best in the business. That phone number again, 210-785-0994.
94.1.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. Save $40 on select 5-gallon HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams paint, like Weather Shield, Showcase, or ceiling paint. Plus, save $10 on drywall PVA primer and get free same-day delivery to the job site when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Offers valid through 6/14. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Rob Thompson here for my favorite fantasy app. It's Prize Picks. I'm just one of 3 million people that love more or less. Where else are you going to take a $10 play and turn it into 100x of your cash? It's Prize Picks. And as basketball winds down, the games continue. Yeah, lots of finals action there. More or less, you fantasy guys, you know how to play along with the other 5 million active members. More or less is all that matters. And in June, as basketball winds down, I have got the fun for you. Esports. Yeah, get in on esports every Wednesday and Saturday in June, and your lineup doesn't win, you'll get your entry fee back. Choose the Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, League of Legends. You know them. Go play them. Fantasy games elevated. More or less. It's easy. Take $10, turn it into 100x of cash, and it's so easy to play. Remember the code ALAMO. Go to prizepicks.com. Get yourself signed up. Use that fantasy knowledge. Go play today. That's Prize Picks and Alamo.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minnick. We've all heard of secret menu items. Some of us know them, some of us don't. Some of us give a damn, some of us. So Pledge found this website, hackthemenu.com. So he could explain exactly what the McGangbang is, because I can only imagine Pledge rolling up to the drive-thru after work and asking for a McGangbang.
Yeah, and they're calling the cops. Are you kidding me?
I mean,
we're not that kind of place, sir.
You better hope that they're well trained at McDonald's if you're ordering the McGangbang and they understand the secret menu items, because otherwise, yeah, you might get yourself arrested.
Holy cow.
Do they got a button for that on the register? How do they price this stuff out? Although looking through this menu, like Arby's has a secret menu. Who knew? Bacon, beef, and cheddar. You know what the secret is? You add bacon to the beef and cheddar sandwich.
Yeah. But did you know you could do that?
Well, you can add anything.
Well, you don't know that.
I mean, some of these, like at McDonald's, you can add an egg. I imagine at any of these places, an add-on to me isn't a secret menu. Now, the McGangbang, where you're taking a chicken sandwich and a McDouble and you're putting it together, and they're doing it for you, you not ordering it all and going that route, sure. All right, that seems to me like a secret menu item.
Or if you think that there's been an item discontinued and you find out on their secret menu, you can order it.
Like what, Joe?
The enchilada.
The what?
The enchilada at Taco Bell. I used to love that thing. I used to get it all the time. Best thing ever. And I'm looking at the secret menu. Guess what I see? An enchilada. Who knew?
They still have them?
Why? Well, apparently, if you know, there's a little button here. It says how to order.
How do you order it, Joe?
Let's see.
Add bacon.
No, the enchilada is one of Taco Bell's tastiest secret menu items. It's an enchilada stuffed with beef, beans, cheese, and topped with diced onions and smothered in their red sauce.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to order. You order an enchilada.
You order.
I mean, there's
yes,
dude. I'm happy and pissed at the same time. I thought this was discontinued for some stupid reason.
Have you tried to order one lately?
No, because it's not on the menu. I didn't know there was a secret menu. Now I know.
You're gonna go get one
at some point. Yeah.
All right. Here's what we need to do.
And they better not tell me, well, we don't have that, sir. Well, I'm gonna say BS. It's on your secret menu.
Now I got to be honest. I know I've had an enchilada. I can't tell you how long it's been since I've had an enchilada.
Dude, they're fantastic.
Is it something they kind of make there, like with the parts that they have, or is it something that is pre-made and frozen and they just drop it in the fryer to heat it up?
No, you don't fry it.
Okay.
That's
why I'm asking.
It's a cross between a burrito and an enchilada.
So they have all the fixings there, so they could make it if you ordered it.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, they could.
So Ryan, who's down the hall doing nothing. I mean, I'm sure he's doing something, but he's doing nothing.
He's taking polls.
But he probably is. Pledge is hungry, and now you've discovered an enchilada, and there's a Taco Bell not far from the station.
Really?
I think Ryan needs to run to Taco Bell, get you an enchilada, and pledge 48 tacos.
And if he would come in here, you'd hand him your credit card so he could get all that stuff. Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're a hell of a guy, Minix.
Do they still have the Frito burrito at Taco Bell?
I don't know if that's on the secret menu or not.
Well, I mean,
let me see.
Because I thought that was wonderful when they had it.
You can lava anything. Did you know that?
Wow.
At Taco Bell, additional spicy lava sauce can be added to anything.
All right. What about local places? I mean, it's one thing to have all these national chains, and I'm a little disappointed that the Dairy Queen secret menu is all about ice creams. Whataburger's on there. It just looks like it's add-ons, and I'm sure they've got a sticker they'll put on the label as they send it out the door with that. Who's calling in about Bill Miller's? Vincent, you're on the Blitz. What is on Bill Miller's secret menu?
Hey guys, I'm stuck in traffic right now, but I'm listening to you guys. You guys are making me hungry.
Well.
So, Bill Miller's secret menu. Now the secret's out, so they're going to be upset now. But ask for the Wild Bill. You're welcome.
Well, I've had that before. That's not a secret.
What is the Wild Bill?
I tell you, it's beef. You add sausage.
Oh, there you go, Joe. Okay.
To that,
all right.
to
Well,
the,
not a lot of people know about it.
To the poor boy, right? The
Yes.
So instead of just
Joe
brisket,
knew about it.
you have sausage.
Oh.
It's delicious, by the way.
So you're getting a brisket and sausage sandwich, and they call that the Wild Bill, and that's not on the menu.
No,
it's not. It's not in the middle. But see, Joe, you knew about it, but Jason didn't. He didn't know. He never told us about it.
Well, again, in Pledge is saying
never asked.
He didn't know, but yeah, I mean, but again,
yeah, Jason could have come in and say, this Bill Miller sandwich is delicious. You know what would make it even better? If you could add sausage to it.
Yeah.
And I just said, Jason, guess what? You can.
Well, again, all of these seems like it's just an add-on. The McBang is like something that it seems like something that you
the McBang.
Sorry, the McGangbang, because you've got the chicken and the beef. But I mean, getting a brisket and sausage sandwich, most barbecue joints have that option.
But Bill Miller does not.
Well, they do.
Unless you know to order the Wild Bill.
Well, again, it's like Arby's. You can add bacon to it. Whoa. Sure.
But it's got a swanky name, though. Like Wild Bill. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. But Wild Bill, shouldn't that have like 3 or 4 meats on it? Not just 2?
Well, what else are you going to put on there? A rib?
Well,
you'd have to cut. I don't want to chew into a rib.
It'd be boneless at
that point. And then it'd be that crappy thing that McDonald's has. No, that damn.
They're not going to make that in a microwave. It's not my mother. I mean, come on.
See, McRib. That's the problem. McDonald's is always a go-to, but it's like the McGangbang. That chicken patties is about as thin as a piece of paper.
Well, I mean, it is McDonald's. Now, do you know at Subway you can get the wing effect on any of your sandwiches?
The wing effect. What is that?
The wing effect. According to this website, it's bologna hanging off the side edge of the sub.
Bologna.
The old cut at Subway is bread is dug out from the top like a trench instead of being sliced open from the side. See, so now that seems like it'd be something different. Hey, you're ordering your Subway and it's like, do it old cut.
I don't understand that. So they just make a little
they
canal?
Yeah, they pull the bread out from the middle so it's not split.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
I don't know if that would. I don't know.
Well,
I'd like to try it now, though.
Well, and then they put the top back on there, but I would think when you're eating it, you're probably not going to get mustard on the side of your hand.
Say, dude, I really okay. All right. Well, that's a bonus.
Well, sure.
I want to go to all these places now and try it. I'm damn sure going to have an enchilada before the weekend's over. You can bet your booty on that.
I am I'm really disappointed that Ryan hasn't come in here to get my credit card.
Exactly.
Because I am getting hungry. Now, because Joe has just said that he's going to go try all these places in their secret menu, starting with Taco Bell. In-N-Out's secret menu.
Well, I won't be there.
They're 3x3 or they're 4x4, which, again, I've known about for a long time. That doesn't seem secret.
What is it? They're 3x3?
3 patties.
Oh.
Or 4 patties.
Did you know Wendy's had a meat cube?
No, Joe.
That is a full pound of hamburger patties, 4 beef patties, and all the fixings on a soft Wendy's bun. It's called a meat cube.
Did they have to say it's a soft bun?
That's what they
say.
say.
Do they offer a hard version of the bun?
Well, I don't want the hard bun.
Well, who does?
Nobody.
Right? I mean, well, at least not
unless you get one of those crappy pretzel buns. Dude, those are the worst. I don't know who likes those things. Those things are horrible. It's like biting into a rock. It's horrible.
Well, not if it's prepared properly. It could be a soft pretzel bun.
Why? Have you ever had a soft pretzel bun?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I've never had.
I'm not a big fan of pretzel buns.
I don't like them at all.
But I don't hate them like you do.
I'm not a fan.
I'm not sure why.
I'm really digging this menu thing here, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like this.
See, now to me, this is stupid. Now, I would never do this because I'm allergic to tomatoes. But on the In-N-Out secret menu, you can add extra tomatoes. Again, is that a secret menu, or just when you're ordering, if you want extra tomatoes, do you just say
extra
tomatoes?
Yeah.
Although it says make your burger extra thick and juicy with another slice or two of tomato. If I want it thick, I add patties, add more meat, not vegetables.
They have a 4x4, by the way, too.
I literally just said that. The 3x3 and the 4x4.
I missed the 4x4.
I'm not surprised.
What's Chipotle got? Chipotle is not exactly on my go-to place. It's fine. They have a double wrapped burrito.
Okay.
And that's if you like tortillas. That's all I want. Yeah, wrap it up with a bunch of tortillas.
Tortilla lovers, get your burrito wrapped in 2 tortilla shells instead of 1. Now, why would you do that?
I have no idea.
I mean, unless you're trying to eat it in the car and you want extra.
Well, if you're trying to eat that in the car, you're screwed. That's all over your lap, or you're in somebody's behind.
Now, what about a burrito dilla? A Chipotle burrito with a crispy quesadilla-like shell filled with gooey cheese.
Now, that doesn't sound bad.
No.
See, now they say availability. This one says limited locations.
Where?
Underneath. It says availability.
Ah.
And then your double wrap burrito available at most locations.
Well, maybe not everybody has the ability to make it crispy.
Well,
you've
why
seen those
wouldn't they?
recent commercials with Chipotle trying to show that it's real food, which I always find
interesting. As opposed to what? McDonald's?
I mean, it's an interesting commercial concept that you're cooking real chicken right there in front of you.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of, I mean, most places are like that. I would think.
Well, I'm going to be really upset if I go to Taco Bell, the one near my house, and this is sorry, we don't have enchiladas. That's going to really be disappointing.
I blame Ryan because he should already have. He could be at Taco Bell right now on Austin Highway.
Maybe he is. We can't see him. And maybe he just decided out of the kindness of his heart, he said, I don't need Jason's credit card. Those guys are great. I'm just going to go do it.
Hey, Colton, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
You go to Chipotle, you get the double wrap when you don't want your burrito to fall apart. I can't tell you how many times I've been sitting there, and then the cheap tortillas that they use, they're not homemade by someone's abuela. I'll tell you that right now. You double wrap it, it stays in order. You eat it, there's no mess.
So do you always double wrap?
Always.
Oh, do they charge extra for that?
Who knows? If they do, you just pay it.
You don't care.
They charge extra for everything these days. What are you going to do?
Well, that's it. And again, if you don't want it all over you don't want it messy, you double wrap.
Double wrap.
All right. That's the move.
That's
all
the
right,
move.
Colton.
Colton, appreciate
Good
it.
Call.
See, I wonder if they need to take a tortilla and the McGangbang and double wrap that in tortillas. See, that would be secret menu stuff.
Double wrap a burger in a tortilla?
Yeah, absolutely. Just why not? You've got your chicken patty, you've got 2 hamburger patties, you've got looks like 3 buns there, and then you double wrap it in tortillas.
See, now
and get a Diet Coke on the side.
Now, yeah, with a large fry. Now I'm curious
about
how many McGangbangs do they sell?
Anybody ever had a McGangbang besides James Pledger?
I would like to know that. I've never had one.
Okay.
Now, see, this is a great idea.
Uh-oh.
Joshua Jimenez
on
our YouTube channel
that guy never has great ideas.
You go to your local steakhouse and ask for the Joe Reinagle. You're going to put ketchup on your chicken fried steak.
Oh, that's a great idea, Jim.
I think that whoever's Longhorn, whoever sells chicken fried steaks, the Joe Reinagle needs to go up on the menu or put it on your secret menu.
Have you, again, there's ketchup on the table or available to you at all of those places. So they don't need to put that on the menu. It's kind of like Bola Hugh over at the Golf Club of Texas not putting a display of white belts. They want this stuff to sell.
I think he's waiting for the order to come in, quite frankly.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So
that's not what they're doing.
Now, this is interesting, too,
Oh, here we
on our
go.
YouTube channel.
Here we go.
Tariq says, if you hold your phone like you're recording at Chipotle, they'll fill your bowl with all the meat and rice and beans. It works every time. So they don't want to appear to be chinchy, right? So if they think you're recording them, then...
So if you're on video, if they think they're on video, you're going to end up with more meat?
You're going to get more stuff. That's a pretty good idea.
Because they don't want to go viral for having a chintzy bowl.
Apparently.
Interesting.
That's great. He says it works every time. And apparently there's a Ken's 5 special at the barbecue station.
Yeah, Rudolph Gonzalez just sent me that on direct message.
What is that?
Well, I'm in the middle of a segment. I can't read it.
Well, I'm just saying. It's on the secret menu. What are you going to read? He doesn't say what it is.
No, well, because it's a secret.
Well, I want to know. We're all friends here.
Let's see. This is from 2023.
Joe, this is where you...
Isn't that a secret? For the Ken's 5 special. Well, I tell you, man. Stuart and Bobby Peacock over there went all out to be a part of this Ken's 5 deal.
What's the deal?
You get a brisket sandwich with a side of beans. The beans have free refills.
Oh.
Now, if you've ever been to Barbecue Station, the beans are over there by the drink machine. They're not free beans, but they're free refills for everybody.
Absolutely.
You know, you order the beans up there, and then you fill them up yourself, and you can get more, and you can get more, and you can get more. You know what else? You buy a brisket sandwich and a drink and you pay cash, you get a free bag of chips there at the barbecue station.
Wow. Okay.
Their beans are fantastic, by the way.
Now, Texas Pond Style says that the McGangbang is elite. And he's been ordering that for a long time.
Huh.
How about that?
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious now to try some of these things.
And
I really am.
And looking at the profile picture of Texas Pond, he's got it looks like a nice redfish there.
Oh yeah,
that was impressive.
Well,
didn't get that out of a pond, I can promise you that.
Nice redfish. Well, it is a pond, basically, right? Just a very big one.
Yeah, if you want to go that route. Man, I tell you what, the Boston Celtics blow out Dallas in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Let's talk about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Tell you what, if you had Kyrie and higher last night, you didn't win any money. Let me raise my hand. That was me. Thank you, Kyrie, on my underdog at fantasy pick'em game from last night. Pick'em game is a lot of fun to play. Fantasy sports legal in Texas, and you can win cash when all your picks hit. Mine did not last night, thanks to Kyrie. Pick between 2 and 5 players to build your pick'em entry, and all you have to do is select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Super easy and fun to play. So if you haven't yet, go get signed up. Get ready for Game 2 coming up Sunday night. Sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com with my promo code STAR. And Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry and a deposit offer. And I just saw Underdog has a Kyrie at 0.5 point as a pick'em special right now as you get ready for Game 2. Clearly, he would go higher than 0.5 points. So, you know, you can get in on that. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, download the Underdog Fantasy app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com and get signed up. Just use my promo code STAR when you do.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, did the Mavericks bounce back after Game 1's whooping?
And what was your weekend win? Did something good happen? We'll start the party at 6. Get here early.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9047. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9047. That's 800-575-9047. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Because now at Staples, you can save up to $50 on your print purchase. From posters and flyers to signs and menus, Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. And with Staples Print Perfect Guarantee, it's done right or it's printed again free. Plus, same-day services available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. Get it printed right at Staples. And now get up to $50 off your print purchase. And 76, visit staples.com/print for details.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
This is the home of the Aggies. This is Andrew Monaco on San Antonio Sports Talk.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnick. Joe, late July, the 28th.
Yeah.
We're going to L.A.
We are.
And, well, I mean, we'll fly into LAX and then drive up to Oxnard over those wonderful California freeways. And only one time have I seen anything really, really stupid weird out there. TMZ just posted video. Police pursuit in L.A. Woman strips naked for CHP. Freaky on the freeway. And there's video. These cops are chasing her for about 10 minutes. And they get her pulled over and she crawls out of her sunroof, stands on top of her SUV, and then strips down completely naked.
Nice.
For the cops.
Wow. I mean, is that?
No, I mean, watch the video. Watch the video before you say nice.
Well, I'm just saying.
I
so
mean,
obviously
I know we were hungry in the last segment. Maybe you won't be after you watch this video. Just saying.
Okay.
Just saying. Since Ryan is too damn lazy to run down to Taco Bell for us and and feed James Pledger, because apparently we have DoorDash.
I can't wait to have an enchilada. I'm really looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait to see what we run into on the freeways in LA.
It's going to be crazy. Can you believe that? I mean, it's what, a month and a half until training camp gets underway?
Mini camps are done. In about 30 minutes or so, John Machota from The Athletic will join us to give us his thoughts on what he saw at the final mini camp and what he took from what different players were saying is, I mean, they won't be together as a group officially until training camp begins.
That's exactly right. I think there's 10 or 12 teams that will finish up next week because they kind of split them up for whatever reason. But
news cycle.
Yeah. So I guess that's it. That's it. Keep the thing going. So that'll be interesting, I guess. I don't know who those teams are. The Texans and the Cowboys are done.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
Yeah, well.
The Cowboys anyway.
It's the NFL. So I guess we can still be on CD watch.
Sure.
Still be on DAC watch.
Business can get done.
Sure.
Business can get done. The Superhero 2024 Comic-Con coming to Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall June 20th through the 23rd. We have a 4-pack of tickets to give away right now. Each ticket is good for 1 day admission.
Wow.
So the way I read that is you could decide what day you want to go. You know, so like if you want Saturday, you can go Saturday. If you see what I mean?
Or if it's just 2 of you, can't you go 2 days?
You could.
See?
You could.
Yeah.
You could split, like if you don't have a family.
Or if it's just you can go 4 days.
Well, it's a 3-day thing, but yes.
Well, okay. Well, you show up the 4th day, they might let you in.
You want to be there for cleanup or setup?
Over there.
Yeah, exactly. Superhero 2024 Comic-Con. Coming to Freeman Coliseum. We got a 4-pack of tickets to give away right now. Let's give them away. It's the 7th. Caller number 7.
Okay.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. I was going to go with the point differential of game 1 of the NBA Finals last night, but Pledge is too hungry to take that many calls. Caller 7, those are yours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. 107.89. I won't ask Joe Reinagle if he's surprised by that because he picked Dallas and he thought Dallas would cover the 6.5 last night.
I did. I did. I actually did. And I tell you, I'm people are getting on me for not respecting Boston. I don't. I still think they're overrated.
Overrated.
But last night they played damn good basketball. They came out with a chip on their shoulders and they took it to Dallas right away. Bam. And but Porzingis was the difference in that game. We talk about Tatum, we talk about Brown, we talk about Derek White. All of those guys were Porzingis lit that fuse and got the Celtics the lead that the Mavericks just couldn't overcome.
You know, coming off the bench, Porzingis finishes the game with 20 points. He was incredible on both ends. Rebounds, he had 3 block shots.
I think he had 18 in the first half, though.
Yeah, he came out on fire. And really, up 17 at the end of 1. The rest of the game, at least scored by quarter, close.
Even.
And you look at it, I mean, Jaylen Brown was fantastic. Jason Tatum, I thought, was steady, although shooting-wise, he finishes with 16 points. He was 6 of 16, hit a couple of threes, but he was steady. And quite frankly, I think Jason Tatum has the teammates around him that he can have a game like that, and the Celtics can still win the way they did. He didn't look like he was out of sync or wilting under the big stage lights or any of that. You know, he didn't shoot the ball well, but everything else that he did was solid. He had some rebounds. What he had 5 assists last night, 6 turnovers, which is a problem. But overall, I thought Tatum played well last night. And as we talked about, I don't think the Mavericks can win the finals if Luka's not the MVP. I think the Celtics can win the finals without Tatum being the finals MVP. And I think you saw that last night. Luka was alone. He finished with 30 points, 10 rebounds, nice double-double in his first finals game, but he didn't get the help that he needs. Kyrie was a no-show last night.
He was. All of those things that you said. Yeah, Luka's going to be Luka, and he's going to get his points, but he's got to have some help. And his guy, Kyrie Irving, didn't show up last night. Now, you credit the Celtics for a lot of that. They were doing some things to him, and he just couldn't get over it. Plus, he just flat out missed shots. Guy wasn't making shots. But I can't believe that that's going to continue. I don't believe that Porzingis will continue to be on fire and play with a chip on his shoulder like he did last night. That was that special occasion for him. I look for game 2 to be completely different. Not to say that Boston won't win it, but I think it's going to be a more competitive game and come down to the wire.
If you're a Dallas fan looking for positives, after the first quarter, even kind of game. You hold Boston to 107 points. You had that great run. You cut it to within 8. At one point, they led by 29. You got it to within 8. And if you're Jason Kidd, he says, man, you find the positives and get ready for game 2.
Yeah, I think it's just, about the positives. What can we do to build on the positives? We'll talk about that tomorrow. Understanding the small things, the physicality, we have to be better at that. But just looking at the positives, look at the things that we can control, and then we'll build from there.
And, I think he hits the nail on the head there, too. I think Dallas can be more physical with Boston. And I don't think they did that last night. I think they can physical Boston a little bit, and I think that will help their cause. And I hope to see that in game 2, that Dallas will come out and just start banging with those guys.
And as Lucas said last night, being down 0-1, familiar territory for this Dallas Mavericks team.
Luka, you've obviously been here before, down 0-1 in a series. What do you remember about, the first round and the second round, what the next day was like for you guys? What did it look like? What did it feel like?
I don't remember. Just you lose or you win. First to 4, we got to focus on the next game.
That's the Drago mentality of Luka at this point.
And you want me to say we have no confidence?
I just want to hear you say it. It's good for our stories.
Of course.
Okay, that's nuts. Look, Luka is not one guy that I would be worried about losing any confidence. He's going to be just fine. I still think this is a long series, despite what we saw last night. I don't know the answer to this, so I will be transparent. Pledge or Jason, if you guys know, haven't the Mavericks started out 0-1 in the entire playoffs this year? I want to look that up because I think I know they did against
Oklahoma City, but I think they were up 1-0.
Could be.
Yeah, against
right.
Minnesota.
That's absolutely correct.
But yeah, that was, you don't remember the next day. You're like, Luka, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Porzingis was certainly the difference.
No doubt.
In game 1. Will he continue to be that difference? Jason Tatum talked about what it was like just having him back.
I mean, you always want to have your team at full strength. We're a good team, right, when guys are down, but we're really, really special when we have everybody. I think I said it earlier how seamless his transition was after being away for 6-7 weeks and coming into the game and having the first half like that. And that was a big spark for us to start the game.
No, there's no doubt. And they had to be happy to have him back. And again, it was well publicized that Porzingis hates Dallas, thinks he got a raw deal in Dallas, and he came out with a chip on his shoulder. Can that continue? That's going to be the question. And I'm not sure that it can. Guy's a good player, especially on the defensive side of the floor. But the way he was shooting last night, I don't think you can count on night in and night out.
No, but it was the other stuff too. The blocks, the defense, it was there. And I appreciate an honest Mavs fan. Claymore on our YouTube channel, the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, and he's going now by Claymore K Mavs in 5. Mavs bigs are not suited for perimeter defense, which plays to KP and Horford advantage. He also wrote, he's got a lot of, I mean, eventually, you look at all the comments he's making, it could be a damn book. But the idea that the suffocating defense, and I think when you look at Luka with 1 assist, and again, teammates have to make shots, but that's big because that's also a big part of Luka's game, not just scoring, but getting other guys involved. Those other guys, Kyrie, have to make shots, but so does everybody else. The role players for the Mavericks didn't show up. Is it because they had an off night, or do you credit the Boston defense a little bit more than them just having an off night, nervous in game 1 of the NBA Finals?
I credit the Boston defense. It was suffocating last night. It was good. Boston came out and led by Porzingis in midway through that first quarter and gave them a spark. And they took that spark and ran with it, and Dallas really didn't know what to do after that. So again, I mean, let's remember Dallas was ahead 15-14 when Porzingis came in the game. Porzingis made, I don't know how many shots he made, but I know he scored 18 points in the first half coming in when he did. And so he was the spark. And they built a lead that Dallas just could not overcome no matter what they did. So Dallas can't do that, obviously. And you've got to stay in the game. If they stay in the game and keep it manageable, then they've got a shot. But you can't get in a hole like that. I don't care who you are.
No, and again, Porzingis in that first quarter played 7 minutes and 17 seconds, was 4 of 5 shooting, had 11 points. But he also had 3 rebounds and 2 block shots.
Yeah.
I mean, it was both ends. And that's the one thing. We can talk about kid Porzingis continue shooting that way. Defense travels. Defense is the carryover. And Boston is probably a better defensive team than they get credit for, at least with what we saw last night, because, they weren't playing a weak Eastern Conference team.
That's true.
And again, they only scored 107 points. If I'm Dallas, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
If I'm looking for positives, we held them to 107 points and they shot the ball extremely well. But their defense will carry over. Game 2 Sunday. Of course, you can listen to the game with our good friend Mark Kestisher on the call Sunday night here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The Spurs, not in the NBA Finals, but man, they are in the NBA rumor mills. There's 2 big rumors involving the Spurs. So let's dive into that. Coming up next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
What are your plans for tonight or perhaps tomorrow night? They should include the big blind. That's right, because the big blind has always got something really exciting going on, and this weekend is no different. Friday and Saturday nights from 7 o'clock to midnight, they're giving away $500 every half hour. That's right, $500 every half hour with up to $5,000 in winnings each night. And $50 per table from 12 to 2 a.m. You got to go join the excitement and win big, and a lot of folks are doing that. They are realizing that the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, and it's not even close. Not only that, the Big Blind is locally owned. It's from the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant. So if you've been to either one of those places, how great the food is, how great the service is, and being locally owned matters. It truly matters. And the Big Blind is locally owned. Look, they've got food served directly to your table. They've got a bar. You can get beverages served directly to your table. And you're not going to miss any of the action. Whether you want to go in there tomorrow night and watch the hockey game, they're going to have that on all the TVs that they have all over the place. Get into the Big Blind. If you haven't been there, why not? If you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Make your plans to get back in there. It is just a great place to go. It's from the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant. In fact, it's right down from those 2 great establishments. It is the Big Blind, and you know where it is, 281 and Redland Road.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Is credit card debt weighing you down? Are you losing sleep at night, worrying about how much you owe? Have you ever used one credit card to pay off another credit card, just prolonging the problem? You're not alone. Half of all Americans are dealing with troubling credit card debt. But there is an answer. Zero Debt USA has proven strategies to eliminate that troubling credit card interest and get you out of debt fast. They can often get your monthly payment down to less than half of what you're currently paying. Work with a company that can help. Visit zerodebusa.com. Again, zerodebusa.com.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, bag boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys, bag boys.
U.S. price participation may vary. Includes choice of JBC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Keep it twisted all year long with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea is real iced tea that packs a punch with 5% alcohol. Tastes great at the beach, the mountains, or even in your backyard. Look for the bright yellow Twisted Tea cans. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
You want another way to add excitement to watching the NBA playoffs? Jason Minix here. Let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. It is a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports, especially playing the Pick'em game, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your Pick'em entry, and all you have to do is select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Endless projections to choose from. It is fantasy, and it is legal in Texas. So get started by going to the easy-to-use Underdog Fantasy mobile app or go to the website underdogfantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first Pick'em entry and a deposit offer. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, sign up using my promo code STAR at underdogfantasy.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Score a trip for 4 to Orlando's most magical theme park, including airfare and hotel. Register now to win at SanAntonioSportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Hey, remember the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight that was scheduled for June 20th at Jerry World? Well, it was postponed, but it has been rescheduled for November 15th at Jerry World still. Postponed due to a medical situation with Mike Tyson involving an ulcer. Astros, Rangers both had yesterday off. Both are opening up series tonight. Astros against the Angels. Rangers, well, they are opening up a series tonight as well.
Joe Reinagle.
And for the 3rd time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions.
Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You gonna finish?
Dude, I couldn't find who they were opening up with. I forgot. It's San Francisco.
All them
At
Giants.
Globe Life Field, 3-game series, and you can catch it right here on 94.1 at 6:30
Tonight?
tonight.
Can we get a 30-minute extra innings with Pledge?
They're already talking in the YouTube chat room there. Pledge has got more Comic-Con tickets to give away.
Does he now?
I think he's kind of pocketed those.
He must have.
Yeah, of
You going to Comic-Con?
course he is.
The guest list is pretty stacked. I just may have to do this.
Who's on the guest list?
Well, Chris Pine.
Who?
Chris Pine.
Who?
He played Captain Kirk and was also in Wonder Woman and a bunch of other things. Jake Gyllenhaal, probably a name you recognize.
Yeah.
Most recent Roadhouse.
Okay.
Diego Luna was in the Andor series, Star Wars. Orlando
Andor
Bloom.
series. Orlando Bloom, I recognize.
You know
him.
that name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Andy Serkis. You'd know him from, he does a bunch of motion capture stuff. Lord of the Rings, Planet of the Apes.
Motion capture stuff.
Mocap, yeah.
Mocap. That's what the kids say. Mocap.
You know, I'm going to the Gunslingers game tomorrow night.
Nice.
And apparently it's I don't know, superhero night. Like the first, I don't know how many people you get like a cape.
Are you dressing like Superman?
Well, I am Superman.
Well, I'm just saying, you're going to dress like it.
I'm more like Clark Kent.
Yeah,
I'm just going to show it with what I got on.
There's going to be 3 different Superman at this Comic-Con.
Is there?
Tom Welling, Dean Cain, and Brandon Routh.
Well, then Dean Cain's coming to town?
Dean Cain's coming to town.
How about that?
We'll have to get Dean Cain on. Not that we know Dean Cain, but we know Dean Cain.
Well, sure. Most people do.
No, but we know.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
We know
Oh.
Dean Cain.
I'm in a fantasy football league with Dean Cain.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not.
Fancy.
I've been invited to his house multiple times.
That's great.
That's never actually worked out. Our buddy Steve Foster, who does the Sunday morning show, laying down the law.
Uh-huh.
He was I mean, if Foster played running back at Princeton. Jason Garrett was the quarterback, and Dean Cain was on the team as well. Was he a tight end or wide receiver, whatever? But they were roommates. So, you know, we'd be out in L.A. doing stuff, and, you know, Foss is staying at Dean's place. But like, hey, we're going to do something to invite you guys over. It never happened. Now Dean Cain lives in Las Vegas. So Super Bowl in Vegas. Oh, man, you know, Dean's going to have this party, man. We got to coordinate everything, but we're going to have you guys over. It's never happened.
No, we didn't go.
We were, yeah, we didn't go. Clearly, you would remember if you went to Dean Cain's house.
I would think so.
You would think.
You think he's got a bunch of Superman stuff all over his house?
Not all over, but I'm sure he's got
a room,
a man cave room.
Yeah. Was he the original modern day Superman? Right, he was.
I mean, well, no.
The original modern day Superman.
Well, the modern day Superman.
I mean, describe that. Like,
because he just mentioned 3 of them.
Well, yeah.
So Dean Cain in the modern day was the original.
He's the one whose name you remember most.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, it was saying. The 90s reiteration.
Makes perfect sense to me. I don't know about y'all.
Fun fact, Peter Weller's going to be there.
Who's Peter Weller?
Why do I know that name?
Because RoboCop.
RoboCop, yeah.
And the voice of Scooby-Doo, Scott Ennis, will be there.
Oh, boy.
That was good.
That was actually really good.
Do it again.
I try. Don't threaten me with a good time. Raggy.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh, that was pretty good.
That was not good.
Thanks, Pledge.
That was not
See,
good.
Minix, you don't understand good entertainment. You just don't.
Yeah, okay.
That was a great Scooby.
Now I just want to see Joe and Scott Ennis have a conversation together as Scooby-Doo.
Well, can we get Scott on the phone? I mean, we could effort that.
Yes.
I mean, Dean Cain's a text away. Scott, we got to run through some traps.
Yeah, but I bet Dean doesn't do Scooby.
We don't know that.
Well, he might.
I mean, he might.
I think he might have done it.
It might not pay as well.
Well,
I mean, Dean's at a level that, you know, he's not just doing voiceover stuff. You see what I mean?
No, but you got to have talents, multiple talents. You never know when you might need that. I mean, the Superman thing doesn't work out.
The Superman thing has worked out really well for that guy.
Not bad.
I mean, who needs Princeton when you're Superman?
No kidding. Who was his Lois Lane?
I don't know.
Terry Thatcher. Terry Hatcher.
Wow.
Terry Hatcher or Jerry Thatcher?
No, Terry Hatcher.
I think you just make stuff up because
No. I know that name.
Well, yeah, I know the name, but I mean, I have no idea if that's who it was.
It's absolutely who it was.
Who was Margot Kidder's Superman?
Who?
Oh my gosh. Margot Kidder. Did you ever see the original Amityville Horror?
Yeah, I saw that.
She was in that. She was the wife, but she was also Lois Lane for a minute. Margot Kidder, I think she kind of went cuckoo, but there for a while. They have Christopher Reeve. Thank you, Gilberto. So maybe Dean Cain wasn't. It was actually
I talk about.
It was actually Christopher Reeve who was the original modern day Superman.
Well, but is he modern day or is he just the OG?
He's the OG. Christopher Reeve's the OG.
Okay.
And he's not with us anymore, right?
Well, remember he got into a bad horse accident, paralyzed him. Yeah, he's no longer with us.
So Dean Cain comes to the top of the list now.
He comes to the top of the list.
You know, because Christopher Reeve's unavailable to come to Comic-Con.
Right. Well, yeah, he'll be there in spirit.
I wonder if you have to pay the appearance fee for in spirit.
Sure. If I'm his kid, I'm saying you do. Hey, Dad's coming.
Oh, Terry Hatcher.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's not quite Jerry Thatcher, but yes, that works.
Very attractive young lady back in the day. I don't know what she looks like now, but she was on something else too.
Good
I mean,
Lord.
like
Google image is wonderful, isn't it?
Are you impressed?
I remember the 90s.
Very attractive young. She was in a Sylvester Stallone movie. The one he did with Kurt Russell. What was that called? Tango and Cash. That's it. Tango and Cash. Wow.
I'm bad at movies and stuff like that. But listening to Greeny on the way in this morning, Hembo's an idiot when it comes to movies. That guy, what were they talking about today? John Travolta movies.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, I remember Hairspray.
Hairspray? Was he in that?
Yeah. Well, according to them, yes. But if that's the first and only John Travolta movie, and he blames his sisters because his sisters wanted to watch it.
Ah, sure.
He didn't know
Probably
about
watch Barbie too.
He didn't know about Grease
or Urban Cowboy or Saturday Night Fever.
He went Hairspray.
Michael.
Wow. Michael.
Honestly, if somebody said name 5 John Travolta movies, would Hairspray even come up on any of them?
I didn't even know he was in that. No, I wouldn't. Huh. John Travolta. I like old John.
This guy, Hembo, has never seen Pulp Fiction. Knew nothing about the movie Pulp Fiction.
Now,
and even me, and I'm not a big movie guy. That's one of the greatest movies. Like, even if you're not a movie person, you've got to watch Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Travolta was good in that. Samuel L. Jackson. They were really good. Rudolph Gonzalez mentions Face Off. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. With Nick, what's his name? What's the dude?
Cage.
Yeah, Nick Cage.
Even I knew that.
Nick Cage.
Mm-hmm.
But Nick Cage has been in every movie ever made, I think.
Well, every other.
Yeah,
I mean, never turned down a script.
That guy.
He's been in a lot of bad movies, too.
Well, sure, but, he gets paid.
Yeah.
It's all that matters.
Good movies, bad movies.
Yeah. You get paid.
What it's all about. Let's talk some Cowboys with John Machota from The Athletic. He joins us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro, especially if you need caps made. Sam has all the big cap name brands like Katie Caps, the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Nike, Pacific, Cap America. He's got them in stock right now in his showroom. In fact, over 25,000 caps. and more than 75 color combinations on display right now in that showroom, just waiting for your logo. If you need t-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. You need your logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. He's got all the big name brands, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Nobody has better prices, and Sam is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or better yet, go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
94.1.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FREE for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FREE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FREE for 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
What do you do about car trouble? Call Dad? Why not give him a break this Father's Day and visit AutoZone instead? If it's a battery problem, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging, and battery options as low as $89.99. And right now, you can save at the AutoZone Father's Day sale through June 16th. Give Dad a break and maybe get him something too at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
Oh, of course. Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure I'm pulling them off.
24/7 U.S.-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnick. Cowboys, they'll reconvene in Oxnard, California, late July as they wrapped up mini camps. Let's talk about it with our good friend John Machota from The Athletic, who joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Over the last couple of days with the mini camps, John, anything just really stick out to you that has you thinking, okay, I can't wait to see this part once we get out to Oxnard for training camp?
Nothing major. Certainly want to see, I would say at the top of my list are probably Trey Lance go against an actual, defense with pads on and see how that looks. Going full speed. Tyler Guyton and Micah Parsons going at it full speed with pads on. That's going to be very high on my list. But no, there's nothing that from these practices. And then obviously, well, hey, I'm sure everybody would like to see Cowboys get a contract extension on with CeeDee Lamb and see him out there, because obviously he wasn't at OTAs or mini camps. So, I mean, I'll say this, without CeeDee Lamb, when you watch, the receivers, it's a small group, it's a lot of passing to Kevontae Turpin and Brandon Cooks. And, obviously, as you guys have heard, they've, been working Deuce Vaughn a little bit at slot. And so it's a smaller receiving group than, I'm used to seeing from the Cowboys, and used to see that smaller receiving group that I'm used to seeing from Mike McCarthy's teams in Green Bay. And so that part's interesting, but it also just screams the importance of, you really need CeeDee Lamb with this receiving core. And so, yeah, I would say those are the things, but there's nothing that, I saw out there that made me think, oh yeah, this is this big wrinkle we haven't seen. And then the other part was really just which one of these running backs emerge, because there's nothing you're going to get off OTA or mini camps that makes you think like, oh, maybe this guy will be the guy, or maybe it'll be, maybe it'll be Zeke, maybe it'll be Rico Dowdle, whatever. That stuff we'll have to get sorted out in camp. So there's actually a lot of things that I'm looking forward to, just because what we've seen the last few weeks is just very almost like walkthrough level stuff.
Yeah, I think this training camp is going to be fascinating, John. I really do, with all the stuff that you just mentioned and more. You mentioned Zeke Elliott, and when I listened to his comments the other day, it almost sounded like he thinks he should be the number one guy, which is a good thing, the confidence, but he didn't really seem to embrace that whole running back by committee. Am I reading that wrong?
Maybe a little bit, just because I think that Zeke, if he was Zeke of 2016, 2017, 2018, I think he might feel that way. I got the sense, and just since he's re-signed with the Cowboys, that we're seeing of Zeke now that is a veteran Zeke, that is very aware of his body and taking care of his body, whether you talk about diet or you talk about just the wear and tear that comes with a season. And the way I kind of walked away from that, kind of media scrum with him the other day was, I think that he's embracing the idea of, yeah, maybe I'm not going to be the featured guy like I've been in the past, but, maybe that sets me up better to be at my best when the games matter most. And that's obviously late in the season. And so that could be your potential best thing that comes out as running back by committee. And even with that being said, I still believe that there's another running back move to be made. I don't believe that what they have right now in that room will be what they have all season. I still think there's another move to be made there, whether it's in training camp or during the season. And so because of that, I think Zeke is very aware of hey, I don't really care about rushing titles. I don't care about the getting the big number of touches in week 4. I want to be as healthy as possible in December and January, so I can make a difference there. But we'll see if that even matters. They might not even be playing in January.
Yeah, that part is true, and I appreciate you saying that, because I've been saying for weeks, I don't think the Cowboys' leading rusher this season is currently on the roster. One thing, though, John, that did surprise me this week was Mike McCarthy being as honest as he was about lame duck coach, not having any stability on a 1-year deal. And he said, I'm paraphrasing, that, nobody wants to be in a situation like that. And then he kind of deflected that it's rough on the family, whatever. But, there's work to be done. Were you surprised that he was that forthcoming about the situation?
Not really, just because I think that he is a pretty candid guy, or at least as much as you can be for having that position. Obviously, I think anybody, if you're a head coach, player, whatever, you got to lie to a certain level to the media. You can't tell the media every single little thing, but I think he is pretty forthcoming with reporters, whether that be on the record or off the record. So that part didn't surprise me, and I'm sure he does feel that way. The one thing I will say though is that if you're the Jones, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and you're looking at the decision on keeping Mike or giving him a contract extension, I don't know that the 3 12-win seasons, you can make the argument are enough for that, but not having that playoff success, which is why he was hired ultimately, that just hasn't been there. And so I find it hard to believe that if Mike McCarthy was the owner and general manager of the Dallas Cowboys, that he wouldn't understand having a coach in the final year of their contract. And when I say that, I don't think that it necessarily even means that it's, he has to get to the Super Bowl or he won't get a new contract. I don't know that there's a lot of other coaches out there that the Cowboys would want instead of Mike McCarthy. I just think that it's set up to where Jerry wants a lot of these guys to be, kind of in a prove it type situation, like backs against the wall. And I think that's why you haven't seen contracts done with Dak yet and CD and with the coaching staff is I think that, and you haven't seen them make any big moves in the offseason. I think that there's a part of Jerry Jones that wants to see more, and that obviously starts with that coach.
John, you bring up Jerry Jones, and you tell me, is he normally this invisible during OTAs and mini camps? It seems like we haven't heard from him since that playoff loss in Green Bay or back certainly in the combine.
I'll give you a good one from a couple of weeks ago, because I completely agree with you. He has been kind of to the side in that, because there's been times in the past where he'll be walking around and he'll stop and talk and things like that. And the one that stands out to me is, so a couple of weeks ago on that Friday after I did your guys' show, I was at that Dak Fight Face Finish Foundation event, and there's a lot of players there. I mean, CD's there, Mike McCarthy was there. A lot of the big name players on the team were in that building. Well, so was Jerry Jones, and so was Dak's agent, and there's just a lot of people in a room of maybe a few hundred people that were very important to the Cowboys and the season and things like that. And it's one of the only times, and it might even be the only time that I can remember Jerry not even wanting to talk to reporters. Just kind of walked to his seat and kind of just was like, didn't feel like stopping, didn't want to do any talking at all. And that I kind of took a mental note of that, because like I said, it just was very rare, because of all the times, whether we're out in training camp or out at owners meetings or the combine or out at the Star or before that at Valley Ranch, it's just very rare that you ever see Jerry not want to stop and talk about anything. And so that moment wasn't lost on me. So I think that there is a part of him that is maybe trying to lay a little bit low and maybe not stir some things up as much. But it is interesting. So yeah, I agree with you on that.
Quick follow-up on that. While he didn't do interviews and when he walked by, saw the reporters there, did he say a hello, a little joke? I mean, address anybody by name and say he's not talking? Or did he go through a secret back door and, was there any kind of mingling with the media, or did you see him mingling with the Dak or Dak's agent or CD or any of the people there? Was it just awkward? I'm trying to get a good feel of what you're saying, John.
Yeah, it wasn't awkward, but it was a very he said hi and stuff like that, but he just never stopped like Jerry normally does. And there was an area where there were interviews being done, but then there was also areas where you could just kind of walk inside and go sit down, and Jerry walked in and kind of went to his table, and I never saw him talk to Dak. I didn't see him talk to Dak's agent or anybody else. And he left before the event was over. So yeah, it wasn't your typical, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like obviously you guys have been at Nobu where, Jerry is very laid back and having a good time, and he's willing to talk to anybody. And he's very similar to that during training camp. And there's a lot of times out at the Star, he's like, especially this time of year in the off season. I mean, heck, we're about 6 weeks until training camp starts. There's no reason not like really talk right now, other than the contract side of it. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe he doesn't want to say the wrong thing because he knows that these contract negotiations are in a tough spot right now. But yeah, no, I mean, he wasn't rude or it wasn't awkward. It was one of those things where I was like, that's kind of interesting, because Jerry almost always stops and kind of just went to his seat and sat down, and that was that. And so just for any other owner, not a big deal. But for Jerry Jones, who I really think he genuinely, if he wasn't wealthy and didn't have the job that he has and doesn't have the life that he has, I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry Jones worked in media because he loves the media so much. And so that's why I kind of took note of that.
Now, did he buy anything at the auction? I mean, you said he left early, but did he buy anything?
He did not. Now, with that within reason. Now, why I'm sitting there and I was watching the auction go on, there was a part of me thinking, like, if you're Jerry Jones, you got more money than just about anybody in here, and you can cut Dak a check for his foundation whenever you want, behind the scenes or whatever. And so there was a part of me that was kind of wondering, like, well, will he really try and outbid some of these other people? And he never did. Not, at least not that I noticed on anything. So no.
Well, John, so much drama, and I find that fascinating. And we can speculate all day long as to why he's not talking. But the other interesting thing that I'm watching is Micah Parsons. His meeting with the media the other day was interesting as well, just with his comments about Mike Zimmer. How did you take that? And I guess where I'm coming from is where the compromise thing. It seemed like, I don't know, almost a defiant tone from Micah.
Yeah, I would say, just sum it up, if I only had one word to use, it'd be surprise. So, we were at his locker, so that was towards the end of the on the record interview part, and I asked him about Mike Zimmer, just what are your early impressions? And when he came back and said that they might have spoken 20 words to each other, I kind of like chuckled, because I thought there was a part of him that was going to kind of go on, but like, no, we've seriously, whatever. And then he just kept going, and so there's that part that kind of stood out to me. So that's at the beginning. And then in the middle, when he says, he's had a lot of great players, but he's never had a Micah. So that stood out to me. And then the part at the end about the compromisable relationship, I was just like, this is going to be an interesting season, because, I think most fans, when they hear that, don't love it because they want their coach to be the one that kind of lays the groundwork in that. And that's fine and all, but, let's look at these salaries that have been going out to these players. Look at the Justin Jefferson deal. Micah Parsons isn't going anywhere, like Mike Zimmer's on a 1-year deal. It's not like, and not to cross too many paths over here, but like, it's one of those things that's very interesting to me right now with what's going on with the Lakers, with Danny Hurley. Like, you're going to sit there and hire him. You're going to have to give him a monster deal, because it's going to have to look like, hey, some of the players have to buy in, because this guy's not going anywhere. He's our coach. Whereas like with Micah Parsons, he can kind of say that stuff, because you can't guarantee me anybody on the coaching staff is on this team next year. And maybe you don't want to use the word guarantee, but it's as close as a guarantee as you can get that Micah Parsons is going to be on the team next year.
Yep. Well, that's it. And again, when you've got guys on 1-year deals, I want to say he doesn't have to respect them, but he knows, man, I can outlast this guy because he's only got a 1-year deal. And it's interesting when you have coaches in those lame duck situations and star players that have a relationship with the owner, you've invited that kind of disrespect, might not be the right word, but it's the word that comes to mind when you've got a player saying that about his coach. Now, on the same lines, I look at Sam Williams, and obviously he hasn't been impressive. Our local Fox affiliate did a one-on-one with Sam Williams this week, and Chuck Mikatinik tweeted out a copy of one of the quotes that he had. And he does talk about last year, pretty much his fault because of penalties, but I was playing 12 snaps a game trying to make a play. I was too aggressive because I know what was going on. Zim wants perfection, he says. You have to stay focused, not miss the small details. This defense is real simple. Last defense was simple too, but this one is extremely simple. I just feel like Zim's slate is clean. Whoever does the right job is going to be on the field. I wasn't like the 7th best defensive lineman. I know I wasn't. With that being said, I just like the fact that Zim came in and everybody gets the same opportunity to prove who needs to be on the field. Are you getting that sense from a lot of the players not named Micah about the differences between Dan Quinn and what Zimmer is asking of these defensive guys?
A little bit. I'll say this. So first, to the Sam Williams thing, obviously the Cowboys have been a very good team these last 3 years. I thought last year's team had the best roster when the season started of any Cowboys team since the 90s. And I know some people argue about the, 07, 09 area, whatever. And then I would love to argue with anybody about that, because I really do think from top to bottom, that was the most talented team. That's why it's so surprising they lost in the fashion that they did. But with that being said, if if I'm in the position that Dan Quinn was, and I think if you guys were, or most fans, it's not about Sam Williams being the seventh best defensive lineman. It comes to being he's an edge rusher. That's where he's going to make his impact. And fortunately for the Cowboys, and unfortunately for Sam, there weren't any injuries there. And so if you or I or anybody is coaching that defense, I think you're going to be a lot more comfortable with Micah, DeMarcus Lawrence, Dorrance Armstrong, Dante Fowler, because of what they've done. And so Sam will get every opportunity now because, Fowler's gone. Dorrance is gone. Like now that steps. I'm just saying that I understand where Dan Quinn was coming from playing the guys that he did, because this wasn't some type of rebuilding prospect. Like they were trying to win the Super Bowl last year. You're going to put the guys that you trust the most, that are proven out there in big situations. And so that's why I think Sam didn't play as much as he probably wanted to, but he'll get those opportunities this year for sure. The thing I will say, I think the difference could be in this defense is that, so Dan Quinn would allow, I believe on the back end, a little bit, maybe more freelancing to make big plays, and that led to big time plays these last few years from a Trayvon Diggs, from Jerron Bland, and obviously Micah Parsons up front. I'm kind of thinking that, and just from stuff that I've heard, that, Zimmer, the defense might not be making as many of those big plays. I think that he's focused on having every guy focused on doing their job. And in that process, that will be the thing that makes up for the poor run defense. That will be the thing that keeps them in games. So there might not be the big boom plays, but I also don't think it's going to be as much big boom or bust in between. Like, I think he's going to coach them to be very solid across the board. And so when I say that, I do see that there could be a potential if like things aren't going well, then that's where some guys can step out and try and do more on their own. And I think that's where it could cause problems for the rest of the defense, especially if you're a talented player that has had big stats in the past. And so that's the thing I kind of got my eye on. It's just like, you haven't upgraded the defense talent-wise significantly. How's it going to be better than last year? Well, I don't know that it's going to be better. It just might be different. And in it being different, it might not allow maybe its stars to have as many of those big flash star plays. And if they're winning games, I don't think the stars will care. But if they're not winning games, that's where you could possibly see some problems behind the scenes.
It's going to be an interesting year.
Is.
Interesting next 6 or 7 weeks until we get out to Oxnard. Make sure you're subscribed to The Athletic and follow John on Twitter at John Machota. John, appreciate the time as always. Enjoy your weekend.
You too, guys. Take it easy.
Appreciate it. John Machota on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Oh, it's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Well, and it's interesting. I found it fascinating that Jerry was at the Dak event.
Yeah.
I haven't heard details that it was that odd for him. I wonder what Dak is thinking, because Dak's trying to get a new contract. So is Tua. He had a very interesting exchange today with the media on his contract situation. We'll talk about it coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, did the Mavericks bounce back after Game 1's whooping?
And what was your weekend win? Did something good happen? We'll start the party at 6. Get here early.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And a truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
The Golf Club of Texas has some of the best course conditions with the friendliest staff. The golf is great. They have lighted driving range and practice area. While it feels like a country club, it's not a private club. It's open to the public, so bring the family into the Tin Cup Bar, the nicest sit-down restaurant in that area of San Antonio, specializing in Texas food, wine, and spirits. For golf or dinner, go to the Golf Club of Texas off Highway 90, online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Available only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Keep it twisted all year long with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea is real iced tea that packs a punch with 5% alcohol. Tastes great at the beach, the mountains, or even in your backyard. Look for the bright yellow Twisted Tea cans. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Joe Reinagle here. I want to tell you about something that has completely changed my life. I had vision correction surgery at Parkhurst New Vision. The results are amazing. The readers are a thing of the past. Hey, if you're like me and tired of those glasses, call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020. They offer a variety of services like vision correction surgery. So call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020, or get them online at sanantoniolasik.com.
You want another way to add excitement to watching the NBA playoffs? Jason Minix here. Let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. It is a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports, especially playing the pick'em game, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your pick'em entry, and all you have to do is select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Endless projections to choose from. It is fantasy and it is legal in Texas. So get started by going to the easy-to-use Underdog Fantasy mobile app or go to the website underdogfantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry and a deposit offer. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, sign up using my promo code STAR at underdogfantasy.com.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-205-5350. So if you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-205-5350 to speak with a live person now.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Friday afternoon, 5:42. Going to do some grilling this weekend. Make sure you upload those photos to sasportstar.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page, for your chance to win a $50 gift card. We do that every Thursday. We give away the gift card. The winner from yesterday, his name was Henry, just emailed me thanking me for, because he won. And he said, forgot to load up pictures of what I cook it in. It's a Coke machine that I gutted out.
A Coke machine.
I'm very curious of now this guy's homemade grill.
Absolutely.
I mean, most of the time you can kind of see what the grill is if it's actually pictures on the grill, whether they're using a pellet smoker, an offset, a Weber kettle, a green egg, whatever it might be. A Coke machine that was gutted out is
it's great.
Is pretty interesting. Although,
that's awesome.
How the hell is it? I mean, it's gutted, but how? Right? How?
Well,
is it laying flat? Is it standing up? I mean, the front of it's plastic. You fire up anything in there, it's going to melt.
Well, it depends if it's old. If it's an old school one, those aren't plastic, I don't think.
I mean,
now,
granted, if you 10, I think that's gonna. You ever wonder why is everything not built out of what grills are made out of, like your homes or apartment buildings or whatever? Right?
That's
I mean,
good question.
How are those things fireproof? But
your house isn't.
Yeah. I granted it would be expensive.
Sure.
But think of all the money you would save on insurance.
Well, yeah.
I mean, now
so maybe that's why
AC might be an issue. Who knows?
Insurance companies don't want that.
You quote insurance lately? I mean, they're doing just fine.
They are.
Although I got a notice yesterday from my insurance agent that my premiums are actually, when we renew, they go down $10 a month.
Really?
I don't know how that happens.
Well, you haven't filed a claim in a while.
No.
That's probably why.
Well, maybe, but rarely does insurance go down. Even if it's only $10 a month. I mean, hold it flat and I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly.
But $10 a month?
I celebrate that.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
$10 is $10.
Absolutely. Natasha does a great job. Proud of her. I like that. Like, hey, I like that.
Yeah.
Normally you get those notices and you're just
going up $50.
It's just painful when you open it up.
Yeah.
Ah, crap. All right. But yeah, no. $10 a month.
It's a necessary evil. You have to have it.
It really is.
It is.
I'm very curious, dude. Henry, make sure you email those pictures. I'm very curious
I
to
want to see it too.
What your
I want to see it.
Now if he built like a cabinet smoker using the sides and maybe welded on a door, I could almost see that. But a gutted out Coke machine turned into a grill. Now I'm very curious.
Well, I mean, if he emailed you just now, he could load a picture of that thing in there before we get off the air tonight. I'm curious.
He could. All right, hang on. Let me respond.
Maybe we'll have to hold that gift card till we get a picture.
He already has it.
Oh, it's too bad. All right.
I emailed him yesterday.
The heck? That's too bad. I think that's cool. And people get creative like that. And you see grills, especially these professionals. Man, we were at a Tri-County meat market. What was that? Right before Mother's Day?
Yep.
And you saw that big rig that those guys had.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but they're obviously they're champions.
Yeah.
But man, that thing was
competitive.
That thing was sweet.
Well, and there's a lot of places. Like there's a place up. I mean, you go out to this dude's house and you wonder where the hell you're going, because he did a like a cart for me with wheels on it and stuff like that to hold one of my grills. He's a welder, and it's Matt's Pits. And this guy, I mean, he builds some monster looking stuff, welds them. Strange dude, but he's out there in the sticks, man. You're going like, where? And then it's odd, but yeah, the things that guy builds was pretty incredible.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And way out of my league for what I need.
Well, you got to figure that rig that they had out there at Tri-County.
Oh yeah,
there's no telling how much that thing costs. It's pretty penny.
There's telling.
Yeah, well,
a lot. That was probably 10, 15.
Yeah, but if you are, that's how. I mean, you make a lot of money cooking. So you got to have the best kind of stuff.
You go to, and it's crazy though when you're building those things. Where's your firebox? Creating the right airflow. What are you cooking up? If you're doing a lot of catering, like you go to these, big cook-offs. Like at the rodeo, and you see some of those. I mean, yeah, man, that's a whole different.
But canopies coming down on both sides. I mean, it was just.
Oh, I mean, it's fancy.
Sweet.
Good setup.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yep.
Good food too, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I was reading a deal about Dave Grohl.
Yeah. Isn't he a singer?
Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
He's a barbecue guy.
Okay.
And he got into barbecue, just kind of boredom. And he started with a green egg, and then, he's doing stuff. And then obviously having parties, people are over. He's doing well at it. Then he built this or bought this big monster deal and decided because he's cooked for like firefighters during, big fires in California, and he'll go feed homeless or different things like that. And he describes barbecuing like a band. You're always, like a musician is always tinkering with their instruments and always trying to outdo. You perfect something. And so he said, that's kind of like band practice, and that's grilling, right?
Nice.
And then, you buy all the right equipment for it, just like you would, and then you go on tour. If you're feeding 50 people or 500 people, because he will do that, just randomly show up and start giving out free food. And he's like, that's the concert. And then when people are coming back for seconds, that's like the encore.
That
Brilliant.
makes sense.
Brilliant, Dave
Sure.
Grohl.
Absolutely.
Take barbecuing and put it into music. Now, I imagine Dak probably has a pretty good grill at his place.
You think Dak doesn't grill?
Sure he does.
No, he doesn't.
Louisiana kid, he grills.
Wow.
He grills. I know
Troy do it for him.
Troy Aikman, well, he's done that. Matt Pittman from Meat Church has posted pictures grilling at Dak's place. He does Troy Aikman. He could afford whatever he wants.
Sure, of course.
Tua wants to get into that category.
He does.
And I found an exchange with Tua with reporters this week during minicamp. Interesting, because it's such a different approach from the way Dak Prescott has handled his contract situation. Tua was asked if he's frustrated that he doesn't have a new deal yet.
Guys, not frustrated. I'm another word, but yeah.
Agitated, annoyed, bothered.
How about that pause? Just wanting to get something done. That's it. Just wanting to get something done.
You could come up with a lot of words there.
Well, he couldn't. Obviously, he's frustrated, and I get that, because you see what other quarterbacks are getting paid and the contracts that they're signing. But I think his ceiling is a lot lower than a lot of these other quarterbacks. And when they signed Waddle to his deal, and you've got two wide receivers now on big contracts, I don't think the Dolphins are in any hurry to pay Tua in the $50 million range.
Especially with Tyreek now wanting a new deal because he's not making enough. But $50 million range, I mean, Tua, as he said today, I can't apologize for what the market is.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The market is the market. If we didn't have a market, then none of that would matter. It'd just be an organizational thing, Didn't matter if that guy got paid that, because it's up to the organization. So that's what I would say. The market is the market. That's it.
Well, he's right.
He is 100% right. So when you talk about Dak at 55, 60 or CD at 35, that is what the market is, and that is the way NFL contracts work.
Well, it's the way they work. But the difference between Dak and Tua, if Jerry plays hardball and Dak walks, he's still going to get that. I doubt Tua would get that from somebody else. I mean, look, let's face it. He's a good quarterback, not a great quarterback. The guy's one concussion away from ending his career. I know he was healthy last year, but still, I just don't think that anybody's in a hurry to pay Tua the kind of money that some of these other guys are making.
I don't disagree with you, except for his contract is up. It's time. And unless the organization decides we're going to start over with somebody else, and they've really given no indication that they want to do that. And the way rookie contracts work now with quarterbacks, if you know you don't have the right guy, it's fairly easy to move on from them. You saw San Francisco do that with the Trey Lance. Zach Wilson isn't there. Was it Josh Rosen? Where's he at now? Costco? Yes. I mean, you look at a lot of these guys, it's easy to move on if you want, but Miami hasn't done anything that indicates they're ready to do that. So, and while Dak never says he's frustrated, and clearly at this point, he's already been paid a big contract, but he bet on himself. But it's frustrating, and you wonder from an organization standpoint, is it good or bad when your quarterback is saying, "Well, I don't. There's another word for it. It ain't frustrating." Well, are you pissed? Are you annoyed? Are
Of course.
Are you? I mean, pick the word that you want to go with. But he is right. The market is the market, and that's the way it's set up.
It doesn't mean, though, that an organization has to pay him that just because he's next. They can offer him whatever. He can decide to take it or not. I just looked up the tag price for quarterbacks right now, and that's $38 million. Now, if you're the Dolphins, you want to keep Tua, but you don't want to pay him that. So, there's an option for you.
And you're right. It is an option, except for 100% of that is against your cap that year.
I get that. However, I will be shocked if the Dolphins come up with a 4 or 5 year deal or even a 3-year deal for Tua at $50 million per. I'll be shocked. I really will be. Now, they may prove me wrong, but I don't know where the hell they're going to get the money from. Seriously, I don't know. So it's going to be interesting to watch that situation and see. But I think there's big differences between Tua and Dak. Dak is going to get his money, whether it's with the Cowboys or somebody else. Tua, I'm not so sure.
If he leaves Miami, goes the Baker Mayfield route.
Well, there you go. But what's Mayfield making? $30 million?
Oh, well, it's not 50.
No, it's not.
I mean, and again, although
I think the Dolphins would pay him in that 35, maybe even to $40 million. But I don't think they think he's an upper echelon quarterback that's going to be the next and get a big contract like a Joe Burrow, a Dak Prescott, name anyone, Jared Goff, any of those guys. I just don't think that they think that, at least by their actions.
True.
So we'll see what happens.
The weekend is here.
Yes, it is.
The weekend is here. Sunday night, game 2 of the NBA Finals.
Go Mavs.
Sunday night, you also have the Brahmas taking on St. Louis in the XFL Championship game. We'll talk about all of that Monday at 2 o'clock on the Blitz.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Writing